Welcome into the Jordy Culotta Show. Wave your hand out there, baby!
Shout out to the show.
She puts the pinky into the nostril. Man, look at that.
Healthy competition, there's nothing like it.
Y'all grow up. The line's wrapped around the stadium. Different strengths. I just lost a tooth.
It's going to be fun.
You know, we might have a story.
I love what you're doing.
Ogeron wants to take us fishing this afternoon.
Sharif, you play for the bad boys of the SEC, man. We don't apologize to anybody.
But a lot of people are saying you're going to be wearing number 7.
I don't really know. I want to. See, look crazy, Bill.
Good feet on the old man.
Definitely come back. I love.
We'll be right back with the Jordy Culotta Show. All right, welcome into a Tuesday edition of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet, here live, and as always, powered and driven by Go Chevrolet. Check them out online, GEAUXChevrolet.com. GEAUXChevrolet.com is where you can find them online. If you're looking for a brand new truck selection or a great truck selection, find them there at Go Chevrolet. They have, of course, a dealership in LaPlace, Louisiana. They've got a couple of dealerships up in Tennessee, so you can shop all that inventory online. And our daily phone line is brought to you by Metropolitan Health Group. Not going to have a guest until 9 a.m. this morning, so we'll definitely be here.
We got to go that full 2
until
hours.
9. We're running the marathon this morning, so stick around with us.
What are you
Fill
doing?
up the tank. As we're going to talk to Andy Staples at 9 a.m. this morning, and looking forward to talking to Staples as always, as he will be here at 9 a.m. this morning. Of course, he's with The Athletic and has a great podcast. If you've not checked out his college football podcast from The Athletic, it's fantastic. And we'll talk to him about some national stories, right? I mean, some of the storylines from around college football that are going on, including some that are happening here in Baton Rouge. So it'll always be good to catch up with Andy Staples, like we will, coming up here at 9 o'clock this morning. So, good morning, Carpool Queen. How are you?
Good morning, Jordy. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
Stewie, how we doing?
I'm good. Good.
Super Bowl week.
Super Bowl week.
Can we say Super Bowl?
What?
I mean, like, I've seen so many people. Everybody's like nervous. You can't say it. It's like a copyrighted term.
No.
Oh, I'm telling you.
No.
Serious?
Oh, no. It's big.
Well, what the hell are we
You gotta
supposed
call
to
it the
say?
big game.
The
Yeah,
big
they're
game.
Okay, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
that's not cool.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Super Bowl.
Big NFL.
I think-
They'll copyright you now.
Big football is on us.
Big football will get on you now. Raj is raking in that
It's
check.
weird, man. It's crazy how that stuff works.
He has to protect that $50 million.
We will make prop bets later this week.
Ooh,
We
yeah.
have to.
Gatorade and all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll take all of the prop bets from around the game, some of the craziest of the plays. We'll also look into the game. I had no idea that Nick Sirianni was fired by Andy Reid when he was at Philadelphia when he was like a young coach. And Sirianni, being the Italian that he is, you have to know that he has not slept on that for about a decade.
He looks Italian.
Does he look
He
Italian?
acts Italian.
I mean, he looks Philadelphia Italian. He looks like Rocky Balboa.
That's serious.
I mean, like, they might as well have hired Sylvester Stallone to be the Philadelphia Eagles coach. I mean, does he run the steps of the library or whatever that is every morning to get himself pumped up? Like, yeah.
The steps of the library.
It's not the library. I think it's a museum.
It's something like that, yeah.
The Philadelphia. I've been to Philadelphia.
Never
Have
been
you
to
run
Philly.
the steps?
I didn't run them, but I definitely took a picture next to Rock.
The Italian stallion.
Yes, I mean, like, just kneeling at the feet.
How
I'm
weird.
here.
What about the weird similarities in the big game between the Chiefs and the Eagles? Have you looked at that?
I have.
They're
It was
big-
I kind of when you put that in the document.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it and I was reading it and it was like, Like what we were talking about yesterday. I mean, for the most part of the year, they've been the two best teams.
I know.
You know?
Well, they're exactly the same. They both have a 16-3 overall record.
You know,
They both have 546 point scores.
that
The
is-
weirdest
that
thing.
is hard to do.
Isn't it?
Like,
and
that
it's
is-
bizarre that they
that is-
both are.
that
And
is
there's
tough
six.
to do.
They both have 6 All Pros, including a Kelsey brother. That's the weirdest thing
It's
about
nuts,
it.
man.
Like,
Kelsey-
how bizarre.
Kelsey
Kelsey
brothers
Bros
are,
are the biggest winners.
yeah.
Out of
Yeah.
all of it. I mean, what a year to start a podcast.
Their
Yeah.
mom's the biggest
But,
winner.
yeah.
That's just weird. to
It is,
me.
but
Like,
I mean,
really weird.
football is when you break it down, it's such a weird game.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? Like when it comes down to like you have all these huge plays, it's these big moments, this big lights, everything, and it really just comes down to a couple of inches.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it just comes down to 1 or 2 plays every game. you
Not
know
even
what I
a
mean?
foot, just a couple of inches.
Yep, just a couple of inches. Just didn't convert that 3rd and short in the 3rd quarter where you had it. I mean, that was the play of the game. I mean, that's usually how this stuff works. And I think more and more as the game gets closer, and this is probably a good thing for Kansas City, I kind of like Philadelphia. I mean, I feel like Philadelphia is built better.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, I don't know how to, if I'm not saying that right, but I mean, just for a lack of better description, I mean, they're built to last. They're built to win. I mean,
Yeah.
their offensive and defensive line, their offensive line in particular, and for what they did last week to San Francisco, and look, I think Chris Jones is a stud.
I love him.
Yeah, I mean, he's
4 of them Bulldogs up in there starting in the
Look,
Super Bowl.
I do like Chris Jones.
Oh, man,
I
he's
love
a
the
big-time
he
player.
plays with so much tenacity.
Yeah,
he's
Just
mean.
nasty.
Right. I mean, he's mad the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
He's what you want your defensive lineman to play like. And he's got, like, the physique and the physical attributes
Yes.
that you want. So, I mean, he checks he's all-pro. He's first-team all-pro. He's the best, probably, defensive tackle in the league along, he's in the discussion with guys like, Aaron Donald and in that group. I mean, he's in that type of class of game record. But outside of him, right? I mean, there's not that guy. I guess Frank Clark is a good player, but I mean, not someone that can wreck a game like Bosa could last weekend from San Francisco, or a couple of those cats from San Francisco can. I mean, that's a pretty salty defensive line from the 49ers that, Philadelphia, for the most part, I mean, once they kind of got their feet underneath them, they controlled them.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes down to it, and we talk about that it's a game of inches, that's how you win that inch war.
Yeah.
Is by up front being able to just push those guys back.
Yeah.
And Philadelphia, their offensive line, man, with
I know.
Travis Kelce, or excuse me, Jason Kelce, and Lane Johnson, and I mean they just got these massive human freak athlete. I mean, when it just comes down to it, those guys to me are just kind of the difference in the game. And
I know. And defense.
it's only a
Fletcher
point and a
Cox.
half, right?
Yeah, point
Yeah.
and a half.
Yeah, I mean,
It's going to be a really good big game.
hopefully. Hopefully, I thought you
Can't
were.
wait
I
for
thought
the
you weren't
big
going to
game.
bail on that. Don't bail on it now.
Yeah, don't be scared of it. Don't run from
And
it.
a lot of relief yesterday for our boy Greg Olson as Brady, with a pretty weird announcement, said that he is going to. He's just going to chill, man.
You
He
talking about this
announced his
announcement?
retirement for the second time. What's up, T?
Didn't I tell y'all this though? We talked about this, and
You
I
talking
said,
about
why
this
wouldn't
announcement?
he take a year off? And that's just. I feel like that's not real.
That's
like,
OnlyFans.
his face
Wake up in
doesn't look
Acapulco.
real. Why would he do that?
OnlyFans,
I think
Brady.
someone trolled him. Someone hacked his account.
No, he has to show off
Are
the
you
Brady
kidding me?
brand draws.
I don't know, y'all. I think it's
Because
weird.
remember earlier in the season, he had a picture that surfaced that was him in the mirror with all
Yeah,
his junk
yeah,
out,
yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody was like,
Yeah.
Brady,
He's promoting his underwear.
yeah, relax.
Yeah.
And
Let me
then,
see it again.
yeah, he said
Yeah,
it's
pull it.
done.
Let me see it again too. Pull it back
The
up.
background's incredible. Where do
Yeah.
we think
The
Brady is
background
here?
is incredible. Mexico,
Miami?
maybe?
Nah,
Yeah, well,
he's-
he is living in
I
Miami.
know, I mean, he
so,
lives in
yeah,
South
I guess
Beach.
that could be.
I don't know. That water's too
I mean,
light.
you got to imagine Brady's palace in Miami has got the aqua water.
The works.
You know what I mean?
Can
Like,
you imagine?
especially as this is his bachelor pad.
I know. Just in the bed.
I mean, just typical
Katie,
Monday afternoon.
Katie, we hear you over there. Calm down.
Okay, you need a moment.
I know, kind of. I'm really entranced by this photo. I just feel like his head doesn't look real.
I mean, he's just skinnier now.
He is skinny, isn't he?
He is
I mean,
very
there's not
sunken
an
in.
ounce of fat on that body.
Hey, I know where it's at.
Yeah, he's covering something up.
Yes.
But he gave Greg Olson the pass for the Super Bowl. Brady is allowing Greg Olson to work.
What's he gonna do in his year off? What do y'all think?
I mean,
I think
does
he's going to
Tom
try to get
Brady
his family
do?
back. I really do. I
he's-
really do.
He's going to spend a lot of time with his kids for sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
for
so.
sure. But I don't
so.
think he's getting back with Giselle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe not.
Might be
but
done.
I think that he's trying to put his family back together. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know.
if
That's a
that-
thirst trap. He's looking for
Yeah.
models, other models besides Giselle. Come
He's
on.
looking for Giselle.
I don't know.
It might have been
He
for
could be
Giselle.
saying, come home.
But he could have anybody.
This is what home looks
Literally
like, though.
Anybody. Why not? Just
Yeah.
like have fun for a year, right?
Maybe so.
Backpack through Europe.
That sounds like more of an Aaron Rodgers play
It
than
totally does exactly what he's doing at
than a
retirement.
Tom Brady play.
You know who was a terrible day for when Brady announced his retirement?
Who?
J.J. Watt.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt thought that for sure he was going to be the headliner 5 years from now at the Pro Football Hall of Fame induction. Now he just became the B player.
Thought I was the only
cares,
one. Like, I AFib'd on the field.
Cool. Brady, you're up.
Oh, Tom.
But
So
Sunday afternoon is
what
going.
is it the same time as the ladies LSU game?
No,
Do
no,
we
no,
know?
no, 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 no,
Okay.
Sunday at 1
Is
is
the
LSU
basketball
in
game?
South Carolina.
Okay.
And this thing's at 5:30. I'm telling you, LSU ladies, South Carolina ladies game is set up in a perfect spot.
That's what I was hoping.
It's in a perfect spot. I mean, the Super Bowl Sunday is usually, it's such a long day.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it really is. I mean,
Especially for a
it's-
damn Sunday.
It is. I mean, like, just to get to the game, I mean, it's so just, and if you can, steal 2 hours
Oh, my goodness.
by watching number 1 and number 3, like, give
I
me a
know.
break.
I'm
Why
so
is
sick of
LSU?
it.
What is,
I looked at Indiana's schedule. Number 2 team. I mean, they have more
That's
ranked
why.
wins than LSU, but they don't, it's nothing, really impressive.
I mean, like,
All
I
close
thought for
games.
Sure, like, some TV executives got to be like, yo,
You know they
who are we
play-
firing? I
Who has
mean,
to
like,
go?
we got an opportunity to have 1 versus 2 in the middle of February, and y'all want to stick to logistics here? I mean, like, make them the number 2 team in the country next week. I mean, you think anybody cares about Indiana basketball right now?
No.
Would anybody be offended if they were 3rd? I mean,
No.
make them number 2 so we can put this thing on the marquee.
Tim Brando, maybe.
For God's sakes, Brando. Tim Brando.
Is he okay?
You
Somebody needs
know
to
what?
check on Tim.
Brando has become like, and Kelly and I were talking about this last night because someone pointed out that he brought up our show yesterday
YouTube
on
show.
Moscona's show. and someone, we got the clip, and it was funny, but I mean, Brando has become, really, Tim Brando has become longtime broadcaster, was very well respected, but now he's become like the kid in the class that you almost like spit the spitballs at just to see the reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, watch this guy just melt.
I know.
I mean, it's like there was a back and forth yesterday between Brando and former LSU women's basketball coach Pokey Chapman that I think really is it's kind of alarming more than anything. I mean,
well, and it all took place on Twitter, right?
oh sure, it was on social media, and
That's the dumbest
this
thing.
is Pokey Chapman replying to Dick Vitale's tweet, which Vitale said it's absurd that the politics of Louisiana have gotten in the way of Dale Brown Court. And Pokey Chapman responded on Twitter to Dick Vitale's tweet. And Tim Brando goes right at Pokey Chapman. And you can see it if you're there, if you're watching, and if you're listening on podcast, I'll kind of spell it out for you here. But so, like I said, Pokey responds to Dick Vitale's tweet that Vitale puts out earlier in the day, just calling out Louisiana politics and this thing that's going on with Dale Brown Court. And Pokey says to that, so on brand, you guys don't tweet about politics when it's all up in our uterus. But a successful college coach, former Olympic coach, and Hall of Fame coach gets your panties in a wad. Just stop. the most privileged species ever, always got something to say. Hashtag boys club. And Tim Brando fires back at Pokey and says, yeah, right, Pokey. Drag it down to your level. You haven't a clue about what Coach Brown did for women's basketball at LSU. Sad, but then again, so is your story. And Pokey, who keeps this thing very respectful and very above level, said, it's not about Coach Brown. I love him and still keep in contact with him. He is amazing. Thanks for taking the time to respond. And Brando, totally flips who he is and says back to Pokey on this tweet. I got to bring it up because I was reading it off the screen. My bad. But I mean, how alarming this is after all of that. Who Brando is now he's so judgmental to everybody. He thinks that people actually give a damn what he has to say or about his judgmental ways, as Brando wraps up his social media flaunt by saying, appreciate you saying that, Pokey. Hope you're well. Keep your head up. Holy shit.
What a bipolar
Are you
response.
bipolar, bro? How many personalities you got up in there? You know what I mean? And then he goes on Moscona's show yesterday and says, we'll play the clip. And this is compliments of our friends over at Guarantee Media, 104.5 ESPN. This is yesterday on Moscona's show.
That have their own YouTube channels that say, oh, I'm sorry, if you're owning a national championship, then you shouldn't have it named after you. Guess what? You want me to name all the guys that have floors named after them that never won a championship? Dick Vitale, by the way, got to
Dick Vitale! Dick Vitale!
Detroit Mercy.
At Detroit Mercer!
Detroit has his name.
Tim! Stop! Stop the clip, Stewie. Stop the clip. I mean, Tim, first of all, who made you the media police? Who set you the bar that you get in? No, you get in. Tim, WAFB just sent us to SEC Media Days. Does that mean that we're not a part of the media because we got a little YouTube show? And by the way, I'm shocked you listen. Really and truly. For you to know what we're saying on this little YouTube channel, somebody's got to be watching up there in southern Arkansas. Wherever you are. Timmy B. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy has become, it's become funny. It's become sad. It's become almost like entertainment just to see, we're definitely going to tag him in this clip. And I can't wait to see the melt that happens
You're gonna get it.
after that. Just to see what he has to say. The judgmental, the name calling, the think we give a damn what Tim Brando thinks about us, our show, or really this whole situation.
Why is he so invested in this?
I have
Is my
no
question.
idea.
Why does he care
I
this
have
much
no
about
idea,
the Del
man.
Brown
But
court?
when y'all sent the clip last night and I heard Dick Vitale, I was like, I'm
His
turning this
first
off.
go-to. That is so funny. Do you want me to name the people that have courts named after them that does not have national championships? Sure, Tim. Go ahead. Well, Dick Vitale at Detroit Mercer. Oh, sweet. He hadn't coached a game since the 70s. The only reason they named a court after him because he screams in a microphone still. I mean, that's all you got? Bobby Crimmins at Georgia Tech. All right. Who else you got? I mean, hey, Tim, there's a lot more basketball courts out there that don't have names on the floor of national championship coaches that didn't win a ring. You know what I mean? You want to point out the 8? I'll give you 350 that don't. I mean, to get caught up and to see the melt that this is bringing out and seeing the name calling and the judgmental ways and really just kind of showing us who you are the whole time, I mean, is comical. It really is. I mean, if you're not going to get pissed off at it, right, you have to laugh at it.
God, if you're Dale Brown at this point, aren't you kind of like, just
Shut
forget
up.
it? Like, just move on.
shut up.
Yes.
Tim,
Like, let's
stop
stop.
talking.
God.
Let's stop.
I mean, I feel sorry for him.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it
Because
is.
he's the one like caught in the middle.
I
Just
know. That's
in
what
all
I
the
mean.
crossfires.
Yeah. It's really sad. It's really strange behavior.
I mean, it is. The back and forth tweet with Pokey Chapman
Yeah.
is, to me, it is alarming. It is I mean, like, Tim is like, let's fight, Pokey. Let's fight. And Pokey's like, appreciate you responding. He's like, oh, Pokey, good to see you. Hope you're doing okay.
It is really
Like,
weird.
let me put my shirt back on. I was just in the street calling you out, wanting to fight you.
I thought I read it like out of context.
It was
Like,
like-
maybe that's how
like-
it started.
Like
Pull it
the
up
thread
again.
wasn't right.
I mean, like, pull
Like it
this
was
tweet
inverted.
up. I mean, like, whoever's around him, medical help, maybe. I mean, like, this is alarming, man. Yeah, right, Pokey. Drag it down to your level. You haven't a clue about what Coach Brown did for women's basketball at LSU. Tim, she's one of the best players in program history. She took the program to 3 Final Fours. Sad, but then again, so is your story. Now, Tim, what's your story, man? I mean, like, this guy's so judgmental
Yeah, that's
to people out there that think they're in the media. Oh, by here comes the media police. Here comes Tim Brando. Hey, Tim, do I need to show you my credentials? Look, Tim, we work for WAFB. We're in partnership with them. Didn't you work for them at one point? Tim? No, he's not in the media. Sweet. Tim Brando said, I'm not in the media. I'm not in the media. I mean, go call your Mountain West games and go away, man. Like, really? The Iron Unkind. I mean,
Calling Boise State every
Jesus
week.
Christ, man.
it's very strange.
I mean, it is so weird.
When is this going to be over?
Friday.
Jesus,
Friday.
my God.
Because I can assure you that Friday, they are renaming the court at the Maravich Center.
We should get Tim Brando.
That is going to happen. Like, it's a done deal.
Let him air his grievances.
I mean, it is going to happen. And really and truly, I hope Brando, like he did last year at this time, drives down to Baton Rouge and gets on the microphone at the Board of Supervisors meeting.
That would
Because
be amazing.
if he hasn't done enough damage to the brand, just come down here and light the son of a bitch on fire.
Ruin it.
You know what I mean? Like, just kick it over the edge, bro. Kick it off the cliff. I mean, like, Pokey. So sad, but so is your story. You haven't a clue what Coach Brown... Tim, she was the coach at the program.
She does have a clue.
Yeah, I love when Pokey fires back. Oh, no, actually, we still keep in contact. So, Tim, actually, you haven't a clue. You know what I mean? Like, you're not in the media.
Probably in his house, like just punching walls. Like,
Breaking pencils.
Maybe Tim will
You should
call
start a
in tomorrow.
YouTube channel, Tim, and tell us all about it.
He should call in and tell us all about it.
Oh, man. If he got on here, it would be nothing but about Timmy.
Right.
I mean, like, it's Tim on Tim on Tim.
Yeah.
And I love how Tim, the reason why Tim hates me so much is because of how I stood up for Will Wade while Will Wade was getting crusaded by the NCAA. And we're about to learn here in about a week or two that they're going to let Will Wade off with no penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to let the LSU basketball program off with no penalty. And look at what Tim Brando is doing for Dale Brown. Look at what Tim Brando was doing for Dale Brown when he was at LSU and got caught cheating. And was going head-to-head with the NCAA. That's my deal with Brando. Brando, you can hate me all you want, man. You can tell people that I'm not in the media. I could give a damn. But your hypocritical ways are something that I've been pointing and laughing at since this whole thing started. What you're crusading against me is exactly what you're doing for Dale Brown. Exactly what you're doing. Exactly what you were telling me and condemning me for, why you hate standing up for your boy, Will Wade. What the hell are you doing? Like, you're calling out everybody in the state over Dale Brown Court. And because he hung out with Nelson Mandela, you believe it should happen? You know what I mean? Like, get out of here, bro. Go hang back out in southern Arkansas. You know? I mean, this stuff has become, and just like we said it was a month and a half ago, when we were the first to say this is a story that is brewing that people better pay attention to because when it pops, it's going to be ugly. And it's gotten even uglier than I thought it really would. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the people that are showing their ass on this, it's over. It's over. Go back to wherever you came from and just, if you're going to be pissed about it, be pissed about it. But getting on social media and name calling and judging people and showing who you really are, man, I mean, the brand fall that Dickie V and guys like Tim Brando have taken over the last couple of years has been a cautionary tale for young media members like myself, Tim, that when we grow old in the game, just go away quietly. Just kind of shuffle away. Because really, your old, fossilized dinosaur takes have really turned more people off to you and your cronies than more people liked you when you were in your prime. I mean, look around on social media. Look at the response to that tweet. I mean, everybody's like, sit down, Tim. Be quiet, Tim. She just owned you, Tim. I mean, it's just like, it's sad. It's sad to see what happened to Dick Vitale. Nobody takes Vitale serious anymore. I mean,
oh,
really?
baby.
You know what I mean? Like, I saw he was on the call for Tennessee, Texas. I had to mute the game. Really? I mean, it's like, this is incredible. I cannot believe they allow this old man back to call this action. And Brando has now worked himself into that class where it's like, man, your broadcast career was so cool. And now you're just taking a huge dump all over it and riding off into the sunset with people throwing stuff at you.
Man,
Like,
Pitch
get
was
out of
behind
here. You know, like, nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. And it's been great as a cautionary tale, and I appreciate it because I've taken a lot of what media members and broadcasters have done that have come before me and tried to emulate it, copy it, tried to take paths, tried to go places that people have been and use their tactics. But in seeing some of these older media members grow old in their trade and the takes that they have to really have turned off and really make you forget about who they are, what they represent, has been a great cautionary tale to say, hey, when it's over in this game. When you're disconnected and you still don't have relationships to people that are in positions of coaches, players, administrators that still know what's going on, and you're still giving takes from the 1980s, and you're still telling me about Dick Vitale coaching at Detroit Mercer, it is over. It's over. And the pointing and laughing, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I really don't, because I respect everybody that came before me in this trade and industry and try to uphold that. But when it becomes so below level and you go to name calling and judging, you expose yourself again. And it's sad. So if you want to hate me, hate me. If you want to get at me on social media, at me on social media. But I'm telling you, I, along with the mass majority of the listeners here, could care less. But I appreciate you listening. Daily, we're brought to you by RMB Builders. Rhett Bourgeois and his crew, rmb-builders.com, rmb-builders.com. They're on Instagram as well. They have a great Instagram that they can tell you all about their story. Construction that they have going on, neighborhoods that they're working in, reconstruction, building a dream home, or if you're looking to just add on anything, both commercial and residentially licensed over at RMB Builders, rmb-builders.com, rmb-builders.com. Hit them on Instagram. We'll be back with more of the Jordy Culotta Show. And like I said, remember, 9 a.m. this morning. We're going to be here until 9 a.m. this morning. We're going to talk to Andy Staples, and we'll talk to Staples about LSU football. We'll talk to him about what's his thoughts of Brian Kelly in year two, but we'll also get some storylines from around the league, from around college football, that we'll be paying attention to going into spring practice. If you haven't subscribed, make sure and do it. If you've not, hit that like button, share button, comment button. We'll be back with more of the show right after this, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Donaldsonville Glass and Body, the trusted name in frame, body, and automotive paint repair since 1977. They have served their customers for over 45 years. You can find them online at dgbauto.com or stop in and see them Railroad Avenue and Division Street out in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Look, they can help you with your insurance claims. They can make the repair process as stress-free as possible. I'm speaking from experience here. I've got numerous windshields, body repair, all done by Kenny and the crew over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They are, without question, the most well-equipped shop in the area. Stop in and see them today. Shop them online, dgbauto.com, or stop in and see the crew over in Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz. I was embarrassed about my smile. Are you unhappy at yours? Do you not smile back at yourself? I called my friend, Dr. Spillers, over at Johnson Spillers. He fixed my smile, and now everywhere I go, people are complimenting it after the work that Dr. Spillers and the staff did to my mouth. They can do it to yours. Get in touch with them. JohnsonSpillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easy to find them, JohnsonSpillers.com.
We're all from different places and backgrounds. We've each experienced our own versions of life, but in the end, we're all on the same team. I'm part of that team, along with these players in purple and gold.
Kayshawn Buddha,
Malik Neighbors,
Miles Frazier,
Kyron Lacy,
Greg Brooks.
Whether on the field or in the courtroom, your team matters.
So join our team.
make a difference.
Bet. Let's get it done.
All right, welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet, live here on this Tuesday morning. Make sure and hit that like button, share button, comment button. Louis Mao is still talking about Brando, but supposedly doesn't care what Tim says. I'm responding to what he said yesterday, Louis. I mean, give me a break. Grow up. Brian Burgess, LOL, JC making comments about us senior citizens. Wasn't personal, Brian. And
we're all going to be old.
yeah, we're all going to be old. Somebody was pointing out that, Jordy, watch out, this clip will live on forever and it'll come back to haunt you. No, please play it if I ever enter the zone of old and disconnected. to what I'm talking about, please.
Somebody's going to let you know.
Yes. Good.
Good.
Tom Granning, he only sticks his nose in at LSU when he wants to start controversy. This is a fact. Hunter Fournette, is LSU, or is Jordy officially reporting this? I'd imagine that you're talking about the Will Wade stuff. I have only heard this. This is not official yet, but I have heard that from really good sources that both LSU basketball and Will Wade is looking at innocence. There's just no smoking gun. Crazy, but we've been telling you that for a long time. But appreciate you being here. Hit that like button, share button, comment button. And we're not going to stay in on all that stuff. People know how we feel about the court. People know that we've been talking about the politics of this stuff. I was just responding to what was said yesterday and what happened on social media. That's how I feel about it. Did you see Flaugier last night on America's Got Talent?
I didn't see it. I saw it on Twitter, though. I didn't see it live happening, but that's pretty amazing.
Incredible talent.
I know. I didn't even know she was doing that.
I didn't know that she had already been there.
Yeah, me either. That's wild.
It was so Flaugier, who is she's the talented freshman basketball player for LSU women, is from Georgia and a rapper. Her dad was a rapper before he was murdered, before Flaugier was born. So Flaugier never met her father.
I think he wrote some songs, right?
Or she's gone back and listened to some music, and but she feels very connected. It sounds like, by listening to what she says, to her dad and through music. And she made a huge impact on America's Got Talent the first time she went, when she was like 13 or 14 years old. I mean, like, Simon Cowell is like praising her the whole time. She makes it into the final 3 of the year and the season that she is on, and now they've put together a all-star cast a couple of years later, and she's been invited back to take part in this America's Got Talent all-star cast, and she takes the stage. And can we play this? I mean, like, we can do all this with...
LSU women's basketball tweeted it out, so I think it's okay.
This is from, like, their Twitter page. It's not from LSU basketball's Twitter page.
Oh, you're on a different one?
Well, the one you sent me.
Yeah, but LSU basketball tweeted it out.
Yeah, but still.
From America's Got Talent page.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we just got to give them...
Yeah, this is from America's Got
Give them
Talent.
the love.
Okay.
America's Got Talent. We got to tag them and everything. But, I mean, this is... She owned, like that.
So when actually did this take place?
I think this took place a while. Like television.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
It's recorded, and all of this is edited
Yeah.
and put together. So I mean, I'd imagine that this probably happened before the season.
Okay.
Before.
Has
I'd
to, because how does she have time?
Yeah, she didn't have the time to do that. But I mean, I don't. But she might. I don't. I'm not speaking in certainty.
Yeah.
But I'm just guessing in the way that network television works. In a show like that size, that's not live.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And there's a lot of post production that goes into a show like that. So I'd imagine that that's a couple of months old.
Yeah, at least.
I mean, that would be my guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they actually gave her mom a microphone kind of before Simon Cowell. And Simon Cowell, who I love. I think Simon Cowell's hysterical. I really do. I mean, like, another one. I mean, if you're not going to laugh at him, you're going to hate him.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to laugh at the guy. But he loves Flaugier.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, you are a superstar. Like, I'm telling you, you're going to be a household name. I mean, you can tell that. And Simon Cowell's probably called a lot more than he's missed on.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And, I mean, he sees it in her. Like, you can tell he's like, she's got it.
Yeah.
Like, she's got everything.
She does.
She's incredible.
She is.
I mean, like,
she really is. I was a little skeptical at first.
Me too.
I really was.
Me too.
But the more I hear, the more I see.
She's a true talent in both of her arenas of, just talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where her music and her basketball.
Right.
I mean, what she did in that Tennessee game, I don't think we understand.
I know.
I don't think that we get. I mean, I've talked to Coach Mulkey a couple of times since that game, on the air and off the air, and her name has come up a couple of times. And you can tell by Coach Mulkey's tone in the way she talks about her, how much she thinks of her.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she speaks of her potentially as like, if she stays, figures it out, like she could potentially be the number 1 pick in the draft.
And she's a freshman.
Yeah, but I mean, like she'd have to, you know, like
No, I know,
it's not
but
like,
she's
but
so
she'll stay 4
young.
years. Yeah, right. But
It's
I mean,
wild.
that's what she's saying. Like,
Yeah.
the stuff she's doing
I
as
know.
a freshman,
That's what I
that people
mean.
may not recognize, like the stuff they ask her to do, the stuff they put the responsibility on her, just like throwing the ball in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some of that may go unnoticed. You just
Right.
kind of like take that for granted in a game, but you hand somebody the basketball with 6 seconds left and you're down or up in a tight game, the part of throwing the ball in is pretty tough.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Like for you to entrust a freshman in that moment, in that role, to handle that,
Right.
like that tells you a lot of the respect and trust that the staff and Mulkey has for her. And then asking her to defend Horton from Tennessee,
Right.
who, you know, I mean, you can sense the respect that the staff and Mulkey has for her as a player. And they put it on Flaugier, you know, and when she did not execute in that game, which was very minimal, she played very, very good in that game.
Yeah, she
But
did.
there was a couple of times where she broke down, you know, as a freshman. I mean, Mulkey got in her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she was, it wasn't as if she was like treating her as like they had kid gloves on. Like they coach her at a level where they expect her to play
Yeah.
like she does.
And
so,
she can handle it. She's
and then
proven that.
just to see, you know, like that type of stuff, where she can entertain like
Right.
that.
I know.
I mean,
It's really cool.
just rap like that and rhyme like that and flow like that. I mean, like that's and not only that, just to do it in front of people. You know?
I know.
Be comfortable. Just,
I mean, very, very comfortable. The way she moves around the stage, the way she's got a flow and a talk and just a swag to her. And I think that's the biggest draw to LSU women's basketball. Is that's what people are paying attention to. That's what's got people's attention, because there's good teams out there that are boring. I mean, Stanford's a good women's team. They're boring as hell.
Yeah, they
To
are.
watch.
score, run
You know what
back.
I mean? Like, I mean, it's a bunch of back screens and cuts and, you know, I mean, stay in a stance, slide your feet. A lot of fundamental good basketball. But, I mean, as far as, like, your entertainment value of buying the ticket or watching on TV, I'll pass. You know what I mean? Like, there's something
I'm
else
out.
to do. You give me Angel Reese and Flaugier, you know what I mean, on something like, you know, on the court that they score, they got some attitude, they defend, they swat shots, they stand over people, they and one you after.
Hit you with
know,
the too
scoops.
small.
Yeah, they let you know you might be too small. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I like to have a little attitude, a little personality on both on the team that I'm watching and, you know, the opponents.
And Joris is licking her fingers.
Right. And, like, I mean, you can see what it means to people. Like,
Yeah.
Georgia
I mean, they
reacted
were-
to that. Like, they were kind of, like, doing that. Like people are like, we got to get these. You know what I mean? Like, they've kind of put an X on their back. And I think for that reason, like, people are, like, paying attention to them. Like, whoa, they got some swag.
And
Right.
Alexis
They kind of
Morris.
feel like Justin Jefferson and Jamar
Yeah,
Chase.
LSU lives
You know what I
rent
mean?
free
Where
in people's
people are
heads.
Like, dude, they're just cooler than everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Georgia was doing to get the GAT after the SEC championship.
I know.
Like,
I mean, the way
Coach,
that
that
they
was
celebrated
4
that
years
SEC
ago.
championship. It was like, whoa, that's still.
Like, that's still on your mind? Damn.
I mean, that's some Tim Brando type.
Yeah, like,
I mean, like, that was what I was
Like-
more just kind of like smiling ear to ear with yesterday was the fact that, damn, we've been living rent free up in Brando's head for a while.
yeah, he had to say
He's
it.
gotta- all right. Yeah, all right. Thank you.
It does feel good.
It does.
Yeah.
Speaking of basketball, today's Braun watch.
He's going to close it on it?
30, you need like
36
31,
points
36.
away from breaking the record.
Oh, it's going to be a big night. When
Yeah.
It is going to be a huge night. I read that
Where is he tonight? Where are they?
Thunder.
Oklahoma
No, they're
City?
at LA though.
Oh,
Yeah, they're at LA.
I was about to say.
Um,
They weren't going to let him break the record in Oklahoma City.
No.
Script doesn't have that in it.
I saw some tickets were selling for $69,000 to watch this happen. Okay, so how do y'all think he's going to break the record? Because I think it's going to be a dunk,
If he's going to break it, he's probably going to try to break the goal.
right? I mean, I think he's good enough that he can decide how he's going to break the record,
I mean,
right?
it's in his script. Duh.
I think
It's
so.
in the
What do you
script.
think, Jordy? Layup, dunk, jump shot, free throw.
He's not.
Three.
It's not gonna be a free throw.
No,
LeBron's
that would be
LeBron's a
that would be
career
sad. Yeah, that
horrible
wouldn't-
free throw
It's
shooter.
got to be more than that.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's going to be a dunk.
I hope it's not a free throw.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna be
know.
bad for
That would be
Bron.
anticlimactic.
Like 1 point away, and he has to make
know.
it.
Either a patented drive you down, put one on your head,
Yeah.
an open floor, Bron dunk would be good to break the record. But maybe even just like his turnaround
Yeah,
jumper.
jump shot.
You know, like
I'll
just
take that
back you
too.
down, shake you up, fade away, hold it, one leg up.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know, man.
It's going to
You
be
know,
something good.
I'm not the biggest LeBron fan in the world. You know, I mean, but you got to respect his game, man.
Yeah, you
and
do.
the way he's playing right now. I mean, that dude is 38 years old, flying
38.
over people,
Unbelievable.
moving out there like he is a 6-7 year vet. I mean,
It's more impressive than Tom Brady, I think. Do you?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
to be that
basketball
age
is
in
harder.
basketball
well,
is
basketball to me is true test of
yeah,
athleticism.
It is.
It is the truest test. There are positions in football that test your athleticism like basketball does.
Mm-hmm.
I think wide receiver, defensive back, linebacker, you got to kind of be able to move,
gotta
start,
move.
stop, lateral, ahead. You know what I mean? There's athleticism to every part of
Mm-hmm.
a football field, but the overall athlete that exposes you on a basketball floor is you got to be able to do everything, right? You got to be able to catch, jump, run, dribble while you're running, move in the air. I just think
The
the
whole time.
athleticism that it takes to be a good NBA basketball player, just a solid, not even like LeBron status, like a solid level NBA player. I'm trying to think of one off
Just
the
a
top
starter.
of my head. I mean, I'm just trying to think of
I'm
what was the
just-
old boy's name that
I'm just
went
thinking
from
role
San
player.
Antonio to Atlanta? DeJounte Murray.
Yeah,
Like he's a solid
NBA. Yeah.
NBA night in, night out.
Get you 15.
Like
and
good
go.
athlete, was probably a great DB, wide receiver, quarterback, running back, somewhere in his day. You know what I mean? Good center fielder,
Yep.
good shortstop. You know, probably pick up a golf club and just knock the shit out of it. You know, pick up a bowling ball and throw a strike. You know what I mean? Just things that you're like, damn. I mean, this cat
wish I
just
could do that.
naturally is good at everything. LeBron's type status in a league like that to be still athletically better than everybody at that age, faster, jump higher, stronger, catch the ball in traffic, be able to, back you down,
The other
muscle
night-
you out of the way.
The other night I saw him catch like an interception. Like it was like
Yeah.
like they threw a long pass and he just
Broke on it.
broke on it in
Instinct.
one hand.
Yeah, just, I'm better than you.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I'm
you're
bigger
not-
than you
you're
too.
not doing this tonight. Is just, it's Michael Jordan type stuff.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I
It
mean?
is.
Like, I remember when watching Jordan as a kid was different than watching Jordan kind of as like a teen. You know, I guess Jordan retired when I was 18 years old, but like I fell in love with Jordan when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he was like winning dunk contests and he had the
gold
chains
chains on.
Absolutely. I mean, like that's where you were just like, I don't care about championships. I just love Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
I just want to see him jump over everybody.
He can jump out the gym.
Yeah, right. I just want to see him do crazy stuff. But then the more you grew up and the more his game evolved and the better he kind of adapted his game to his age, you were like, damn, this guy is truly the best, the greatest, has always been the best at every part of his career, whether it was dunking over you or turn around Jay and fading away on you in the corner. I mean, it was just always that. And LeBron still has, like, the jump over you.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
Nothing has changed about
embarrass you.
him.
Like
Except he's better.
And one thing we have to respect about LeBron is the pressure he puts on his body every single night, what it takes to get that out of that just frame. You know what I mean? Just to be able to jump, sprint, just the way that he moves out there every single night, and he does not get hurt.
How does he take care of himself?
He spends over $1 million on his body a year.
I'm sure he does, but like I want like details. Like
I mean, it's a lot of stretching.
yeah.
It's a lot of yoga.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it's not a lot of weight work. You can read on it. I mean,
I'm looking at it. He does Pilates.
It's a lot of his diet.
Yeah.
I mean, as you get older, that's how you have to kind of like shift and keep your body intact.
Do.
Is what you. I mean, I remember Derek Stingley Jr.'s dad telling me like that he was trying to like you can't get him out of like he's still eating Whoppers and still eating. Like he was just still a kid.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But I mean, he looked like Adonis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he had a 18-pack.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I mean, you can't tell him anything.
I know.
I mean, he's like, the Chick-fil-A just kind of like rolls off of him.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't even hit him.
He ate 3 spicy deluxe last night.
At some point, it will for him.
Yeah, it has to catch up.
And if he doesn't change that, his body's going to break down.
Of course.
And I think LeBron he committed to that way, way early.
Yeah.
Like the way that
he knew what he was
puts
doing.
in, he's going to get out.
Yeah.
Is kind of how he says it.
Man, I guess if you're spending $1.5 million a year on yourself.
Yeah. But I mean,
it says his house is like a lab with a team of scientists that help him stay in tip-top shape. He's got a former Navy SEAL who helps him, a recovery coach, physical coaches, trainers, personal chefs, personal masseuses, full gym, ice tub, hot tub, hyperbaric chamber.
I mean, he probably makes $90 million a year.
Yeah.
With everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, right? He owns Hollywood.
I was going to say probably a little over.
He probably makes over that.
Over 90.
Every movie that comes across, it's LeBron James is the executive director. I mean, it's his film company.
What is it? I forget what his film company's called. Is Spring Hill or something like that? Spring Hill Productions.
But I mean, like it's all. But he's executive producer on all this stuff. That's why he took the Lakers gig.
Yeah.
I mean, so I mean. He's probably making $100 million plus a year.
He knows what he's doing.
$1.5 million to keep up the body.
Yeah.
I mean, that's well worth the investment.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? Like to keep yourself as the most popular athlete in the world.
I know.
For as long as you can. Which I mean, like I saw him the other night. They were like, he's got that Brady mentality when Brady was like 38. Like, y'all think I'm leaving? Like, I'm not going anywhere.
He's not.
Like,
that's when like Brady was like, I'm playing until I'm 45.
Like,
and people
I got a long time here.
Yeah, right.
He wears compression sleeves and tights on flights to keep his blood flowing. I never even thought about things like that.
I'd love to see his lab.
I know, right?
I mean, I'd love to see what that looks like.
Wouldn't you? I mean, I can't even imagine.
All right, fellas. You know what next week is? It's Valentine's Day. It's that day we got to show out. And our friends over at Billy Harriman's are going to help us out. Billy Harriman's has 3 locations. Remember, Billy Harriman's is located on Perkins Road, right here in the Garden District, right around our office. And then, of course, they have another one on Perkins. That's between Segan and Piku. And then out on North Harrells Ferry Road, right off of Old Hammond between Airline and Sherwood, they got a couple of spots. It's easy to get in touch with them if you call 225-272-ROSE is the phone number, 272-ROSE.
So cute.
Or you can click 272-rose.com is the website. If you mention the show, if you mention the Jordy Culotta Show, we're going to help you out here on Valentine's Day and help us out a little bit. If you go into Billy Harriman's, mention you heard it on the show, and you'll get a free box of chocolates with the order over at Billy Harriman's. Flowers and chocolate good for you on Valentine's Day?
Yes, I love fresh flowers. I have them in my house at all times. If anybody wants to send me flowers, go over to Billy Harriman's. They'll figure out how to get them over to me.
Hold up. You can't just be telling these. You know these dudes in the chat. You'll have like 1,000 flowers at your house.
They'll go use the code.
Secret
They
admirer.
heard it on the show.
What if they send pictures with the flowers?
Okay.
Here's my deal, though.
Chocolates and flowers.
And look, don't let me be Brando in this thing and be a hypocrite. I'm a huge procrastinator. I put things off to the last minute. I am just
I can vouch for
notorious
that.
for that. I'm sorry, Katie.
Same.
You don't have to apologize.
I'm sorry for the past. I'm sorry
You get
for
it
what's
done.
going to happen. But I know that I'm going to procrastinate. And I'm probably going to procrastinate on this Valentine's Day thing. And I'm going to wait until February 13th, till right around closing time, before I call my friend Robert Harriman up over at Billy Harriman and say, bail me out, bro. Give me the Jordy Culotta special. I need the dozen flowers and the free box of chocolates. Don't procrastinate and wait till the last minute. Get in touch with our friends over at Billy Harriman's before the big day. Get out in front of it, man. You can have a stress-free weekend. Stress-free week next week. Let her yell at you for keeping the bathroom dirty. You know in the back of your head, I got you a great Valentine's Day gift from Billy Harriman's, babe. It's all good. It's all good. You can yell at me about the bathroom. It's all good. It's all
So
good.
what's the code? How do they How do they do
Jordy
this?
Culotta Show.
Okay.
Mention it on site. There's a spot on the website to mention it. And if you call, obviously, you got to mention the show to save.
So if you
Nick-
order online, you put in Jordy Culotta Show.
Right.
In like
the
a
notes
promo.
section. Just
Okay.
let them know.
Okay.
And they'll hook you up with the free box of chocolates. So don't procrastinate, fellas. Don't do this at the last minute. I'm going to probably do that. I know that you probably will too. It'll feel a lot better if we just manage the time and just manage the gifts on this thing and just hook up with our friends, Billy Harriman's. And remember, Billy Harriman's, couple of locations around town. Garden District on Perkins Road, right there near Zeeland and Perkins. And then Perkins between Seagan and Pico for you out there in Mid-City. Or not really Mid-City, but out in kind of East Baton Rouge. And then in North Harold's Ferry Road off of Old Hammond near Airline and Sherwood. Mention the show. Go to Billy Harriman's 272 Rose or 272-rose.com.
Hunter Hall said, add in a tub of M&Ms from Costco and you're set. Ah, Hunter, you know the way to my heart.
Yeah.
Peanut M&Ms.
She eats it for breakfast.
I do.
She loves her nuts.
Nick Richard, bro, it's your first marriage Valentine's Day. Don't procrastinate. I know, Nikki. I shouldn't, but I am.
We don't really do Valentine's Day. I do it for the kids. I get them all
Overrated?
Valentine's. Yes.
Underrated?
Over.
Properly rated.
Over.
Over.
100% overrated.
I think over too.
It's too busy. Like everybody's trying to go to dinner at the same time, and it's like
see-
it's a lot of pressure.
And I'm at the age where it's like,
Right.
it's girls are still like waiting on you to ask them to be their Valentine.
They
it's
are.
Gosh, dude,
They
what a
are.
tough
like,
task.
Coach. I mean, if I talk to you every day,
Right.
like you really think I'm gonna ask somebody else to be
Right,
my Valentine, or
right.
is it is it grace period or something? I don't know. Like
I get it.
it's a terrible place.
It's
to be.
overrated.
bad
We
spot to
don't
be.
we don't really celebrate, but you can't go wrong with flowers.
Yeah,
I'll
you-
take flowers anytime.
Never go wrong with flowers.
Yeah, just send somebody flowers.
Call our friends over at Billy Harriman's and tell them you heard it here on the show. Get a free box of chocolate and pick up the roses from our friends over at Billy Harriman's. Glad to have them aboard. We'll be telling you about it every day before Valentine's Day. So no procrastinating. Nobody. Nick Richard said he's going to call him and give him the Amex. Good. Tell Lee Carney we're coming for their social media. Hour 2, stick around. We'll talk more about what are we going to talk about? How are we going to get to Andy Staples?
You're
we
the
gonna
one that
talk
did
about?
this at 9 o'clock.
I
Damn it.
mean, he wouldn't answer my text message after I gave him another time. He hit me with I can only do 9. Or I can do 9.
Okay.
I
We
said,
could-
okay, well, what about 8:30?
We could talk about Sean Payton.
No response.
We can talk about Sean
We
Payton.
can talk about Sean.
Yeah.
No response from Staples there. I said, look, Andy, I'm on 7 to 9 a.m. If there's anything before 9 a.m., I appreciate your time very, very much. Crickets.
Okay.
Nothing. I said,
That's
Andy, I can
early.
do 9. I can do 9. I want to hear from you. I love your takes. I love what you have to say about college football. If you don't mind, can you still do 9 a.m.? Perfect. Talk to you then. Like, all right.
Where does he live?
He might be a late riser.
Is he in a different time zone?
I thought he was always in Gainesville.
Okay. Well, that's an hour
I
ahead.
thought so too. I hit him with an
Okay.
Eastern ? Central.
Speaking of
Oh,
Exclamation
Gaines-
he's
point.
central.
Speaking of Gainesville,
It's
have
right
y'all
there on
seen
the
these?
line, right?
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the details on this Jaden Rashada deal?
Bad coach.
That's what I wanted
Oh
to ask
my
him about.
God.
Andy Staples
Bad. Yeah,
wrote
I
an
mean-
article about it in The Athletic.
Great article. on it.
Great article.
Like,
And he went to Florida, so he's got great
Yeah.
connections. And he played at Florida. I mean, like he is.
It really spells it out, and I feel really sorry for the kid.
not really.
I do.
I mean-
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault, but then like, bro, you got to know like they weren't paying you
But
13
he's
million.
taking
I
a
agree.
lot of
Like-
flack from this.
Yeah, I mean,
mean,
that's
you
his fault
know-
though. I mean, you should have known they weren't paying him 13 million. He's
Yeah,
the
but I
number
don't-
15 quarterback in
I
the
think
country.
Jaden Rashada's catching unnecessary strays on this.
He is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, hold on. I may not be worth $13 million, but I'm only as worth as much as you tell me I am.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's the
Like,
thing.
if you're dumb enough to pay me $13 million, I'm
Yes.
coming to Florida.
Yeah, I'll put my
You know
feet
what I
up.
mean? You tell me you're gonna pay me, I'm here.
$375,000 a month
Oh my-
for a kid in college.
Coach, you know what I would do with that? At 18?
Oh my God, you'd blow it, right? I mean, a
Yes.
kid who's
Coach,
never played a
I
college
would be
snap.
in jail,
Oh yeah.
dead,
Both
STDs.
Find me the
Dead
nicest
in
house
jail.
in Miami
riddled with STDs.
on the water, and I need jet skis too.
Driving stupid
Yeah, you
Bugattis.
would.
Like-
You
Like, I
would.
mean, like,
You would.
just,
Mom calling from home.
I mean,
what are you
like-
doing? I don't even know.
I don't know, man. I'm heading to Miami.
Yeah.
Going to
Y'all have a
live.
game tonight.
Uh,
I hadn't practiced in a month, Mom.
I'm going to Club Live with some NFL players tonight.
I don't even know where the game is.
Wait, you said we played Clemson tonight?
$13 million. They gave the kid at Tennessee 8.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
I mean, like,
I mean,
$8 million.
$250K a
I'm
month
dead.
is just.
I'm asking Staples what he would have done with it. And even a guy like Staples, who was an offensive lineman, I mean, if your quarterback's making $13 million a year, I feel like I'm on the payroll.
Like, bro, you better be
hope-
taking
hope
us
that
out
you
or
have an
something.
advisor. And you hope that you have parents that care.
I mean-
you hope that you have a financial advisor that cares. That
With
helps
that
you
type of
manage
money, you
this.
got to get one.
You absolutely have to.
Like-
At
You
that
have
age
to.
and that kind of
I
money.
mean, like, you would have to. How fast can you spend $13 million without an advisor?
Oh,
I mean,
God.
like,
I mean, I need a
we're
car.
taking meetings with the advisors after the first week. Where's the money? Gone.
I need a car right now.
Yeah.
So, hey,
I know.
first thing I'm going to
I
do
got
is
a
buy
credit collector calling right now.
the nicest car I could find. Like,
And all his friends.
I mean,
be
Shaq
mooching
tells the
off of
story
him.
how he spent his first $1 million and he did it in like 2 hours.
yeah.
Yeah, that's easy to do.
Easy. But this was like the early 90s.
Still.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like, I spent $1 million in an hour.
When you can go buy a house, cash, and a car, easy, done.
Done.
Yep. Let's
A plane?
let's-
Let's get on it.
Custom made suit. He was like,
Yeah.
I got a couple of suits.
Easy.
Bought my mom a car.
Yes.
Bought a house. Next thing you know, the agent was like, we need more money. He was like, more money?
What are you talking about?
He's like, we had $1 million 2 hours ago.
I mean, I would just go immediately rent a jet while I was in the market for looking to buy one, and then we would all go. Where y'all want to go?
Ah, shit.
Let's go watch LeBron tonight.
All right,
Done.
hey, look, let's do
Right?
it. Are we sitting courtside?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
So, I mean, it's easy to blow through that.
Yeah, it is very easy. I'd be at every sporting event, like Super
I know.
Bowl. Like, I need sweet tickets to the Super Bowl.
Yes. We'd go to
Oh,
LeBron
everything.
first and then go over to Phoenix.
Yes, national
Everything.
championship.
Look, the Alabama linebacker said that he wanted his girlfriend to get into law school. I want Alabama to pay for it. Saban was like, get the fuck out of here.
You
man."
gotta go, bro.
ask,
Like, are you
right?
out of your mind?
Said, hey, look, that's the door.
But I wonder if there's a player where Saban's like, get his girl into law school.
oh, for
Has
sure.
to be.
Like, there's got to be somebody
I
out
mean-
there where
There's somebody.
Saban's like, get her in.
I mean, if it was like Diggs or Surtain, I bet he was like, hey, look, put her in.
There's somebody.
Bryce Young. Put his girlfriend in law school. Actually, send her to law school and get her MBA for her.
Yeah.
Bryce Young's probably that guy.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
if he was like, Coach, I'll come back, what's it going to take? You get my sister into law school, you get my girlfriend on the payroll, and $200,000. Done.
Yeah. That was easy.
Done.
Thank you, Bryce.
Somebody get that law professor on the phone. Hey, you got a new student heading your way.
It's Coach Saban.
Right.
You got a
And
student
she's going
coming.
to take all A's with that. Take the bar for her.
That's the thing right there.
You got to take that bar out
Take the
there.
bar.
Mm.
Did you say we can't talk about Sean Payton?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
What-
Let's take a
what's
break.
the-
We'll come right back
okay.
and have the second hour. Driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. We'll talk about Sean Payton. He looks weird in a
Yeah,
Broncos vibe.
looks
He
weird.
does. It's
I mean-
weird.
He looks
It fits
strange.
though, I think. I thought he was going there.
You know,
I've been saying
I
this.
thought I was gonna like it. I know, Katie. A lot of the stuff that you're saying that you thought was gonna happen is coming.
It's
It
happening.
always does. I need to go back
Yeah.
and find these clips of things I say, and I feel like
Can't
no
wait
one
for
listens.
Derek Carr to be 7-9 as the Saints quarterback.
I mean, come on,
yes,
y'all.
because I've been hearing
I'm
a lot of
manifesting
Derek Carr
things over
Saints
here.
a
smoke.
lot of Derek Carr memes
'Cause-
for the Saints.
because,
Yeah.
I thought
See?
about you all weekend.
Wasn't DA like the first coach that coached
Yes, he
him?
drafted him.
Oh,
I
God.
need to
him.
start placing bets. Y'all need to start betting with me.
This is
what needs
not
to happen.
cool.
You need to do it.
I
You
know.
should do it.
Saints quarterback wears eyeliner. It's not cool.
Let's take an M&M break
7-9.
real quick.
Breakfast time.
Yes.
We'll be back with the second hour here, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Are you looking for sound financial advice? Then get in touch with Daniel Newman of Edward Jones. You can call him today at 225-261-8262 or email him daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. If you're planning for retirement, saving for college, for children or grandchildren, or just looking for sound investment opportunities, get in touch with Daniel today, 225-261-8262, located on Magnolia Square Drive in Central. Daniel Newman of Edward Jones.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Thanks. And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
Hey, Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go-Mart and On The Go Deli. Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Thanks. And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
Question in that game. You're listening to the Jordy Culotta Show live on YouTube. Catch it every day, 7 to 9 a.m., wherever you have internet access.
Oh, my guy, the host of Mac and Cube.
You said you wanted me to close it out.
I listen to his pod every day on WJOX 94. I thought I was going to beat Charlie. I didn't. You were fantastic as always. Have a great call in Missouri. I'll see you soon, man.
Thanks, man. Good
Later.
talking to you, Jordy.
Always. There he is. Cole Kubelik, the absolute best. Don't overthink it, ABC. When you move to a primetime slot and the SEC is getting that billing, make this man the color commentator. He's the absolute best.
Ooh, I mean, what a pro.
What a pro.
I remember telling them, hey, listen, my job here is to make sure that we bring, big time football to a small town environment, right? And so you see on movies sometimes about the way a town reacts to the football program and what it means to everybody. And that was the hopes and dreams that I had for the place. And so our kids take a distinct responsibility in wearing that Z on their helmet. It means a lot to them. And then on the flip side of that, our community does a tremendous job of supporting our program, supporting the athletic department, supporting our school as a whole. And there's really a great relationship there that's a lot of fun to be a part of.
Thank you for the access, man. Looking forward to tonight. We'll talk soon.
Coach, wait, before you go, fix your hair again one more time.
Look at him.
Let's go over here.
Look at him.
What do you think about that?
Game day,
what do you
baby.
think about that?
Game day. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, man. Great to see you. Thank you.
You too, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.
All right, man. There he is. There he is. My guy. David Brewerton checking in. What does Harold Perkins do for this defense? What does he allow you guys to do?
Yeah, Perk, man, he's just so raw, man. Like, all he know how to do is make a play. But I love him. He brings a certain type of juice to the defense, and he's right alongside of me on the edge. He knows how to rush the edge. As a young guy, that's very valuable to the defense, being able to rush the edge. Making the quarterback step up. But yeah, they put him everywhere. Middle linebacker, outside rusher. Maybe sometimes he's gonna be in a drop. So he's very versatile for our defense.
Donaldsonville Glass and Body, the trusted name in frame, body, and automotive paint repair since 1977. They have served their customers for over 45 years. You can find them online at dgbauto.com or stop in and see them Railroad Avenue and Division Street out in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Look, they can help you with your insurance claims. They can make the repair process as stress-free as possible. I'm speaking from experience here. I've got numerous windshields, body repair, all done by Kenny and the crew over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They are, without question, the most well-equipped shop in the area. Stop in and see them today. Shop them online, dgbauto.com, or stop in and see the crew over in Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz. I was embarrassed about my smile. Are you unhappy at yours? Do you not smile back at yourself? I called my friend, Dr. Spillers, over at Johnson Spillers. He fixed my smile, and now everywhere I go, people are complimenting it after the work that Dr. Spillers and the staff did to my mouth. They can do it to yours. Get in touch with them. JohnsonSpillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easy to find them, JohnsonSpillers.com.
We're all from different places and backgrounds. We've each experienced our own versions of life, but in the end, we're all on the same team. I'm part of that team, along with these players in purple and gold.
Kayshawn Buddha, Malik Neighbors, Miles Frazier,
Kyron Lacey,
Greg Brooks.
Whether on the field or in the courtroom, your team matters.
So join our team.
make a difference.
Bet. Let's get it done.
All right, welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. I mentioned it a little bit earlier this week, but Kyrie Irving dealt to the Mavericks as he was shipped away from Brooklyn. Biggest winner here has been Cam Thomas.
I love it.
Former LSU standout. Youngest player in NBA history. What is this stat? To go 40 and 40 back-to-back. He dropped 44 points in a win over Washington on Saturday. On Monday, he upped that with a 47-point outing versus the Los Angeles Clippers. They lost that game on Monday night. They won the game on Sunday. But Cam Thomas has been the biggest winner here since Kyrie has been shipped off, as he had 47 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He also hit 7 3-pointers. As we said, second youngest player in NBA history to score 40-plus points in consecutive games. Thomas was 21 years old. That honor, the youngest, who?
I don't know.
Who would be your guess?
I would go Kobe.
Who?
Kobe?
KB?
Nope.
Mamba?
Nope.
MJ?
Nope.
Shaq?
Nope.
Who?
Think young. Youngest is the key term here. Youngest. You're on track with Kobe.
Kevin Garnett.
No. Think high school.
Straight
to the league. Youngest.
Tracy McGrady.
Come on now. Low-hanging fruit. We were just talking about the guy.
We were?
We've been praising the guy.
LeBron.
The
Damn
king.
it.
The king, yeah.
How couldn't we say that?
King. 36 points away before coming the NBA's all-time leading scorer, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Set to become the...
What was that, 83, I think I saw? 83 or 84?
Showtime Lakers. Early Showtime Lakers. Back when Magic was still hand-picking them out of the crowd for the sauna.
Yeah, third row.
No, not her. The friend.
To the left, to the left.
Bring her there. Come on, yo, both of you.
Both of them.
Let's go.
It's a twofer.
Yeah, right.
Wonder why.
Shit, it was like a 5 for 4.
I know, exactly.
I mean, it was zone defense in there.
I feel terrible right now.
You take the corner. I got the top.
Did y'all see that people are selling Tom Brady's sand from the spot where he sat
Yes.
and announced his retirement?
It's
Bids
up to
started at $677, and now they've reached $99,000.
I was about to say it's up to like 90,000.
Yes.
It's like it's getting there.
How
Like,
dumb is that? I mean, I respect the one guy who literally like took photos of the spot and then circled like the buildings and landmarks in the background behind Tom's picture, and then this spot on the beach, and then you have like the jar of sand laying in that spot on the beach. Okay, so like it's legit, right? Gotta be legit. No way you could Photoshop that at all.
I know.
Have we gotten a location?
I don't know where
I would
it
think
is.
it's
I mean,
Florida, right?
Definitely
it's in Florida, but I don't know where. I don't know the exact beach, but it's got to be on here. Somebody knows in the chat, right?
For sure.
It's so weird though that people are doing that. Like, who is spending that kind of money?
What's the weirdest part? Bottling it up and selling it, or buying it?
Buying it.
Buying it for sure.
Bottling
I guess
it
bottling
up
up
and
and selling
genius.
it's a business move.
Hell yeah.
I guess it's
Do
Especially
it. Some kid can do that. Like, make a freaking $100,000.
Like the fact that it's at 90K is like
good.
Yes.
Lord.
Like,
Just the fact that it started at $600 is enough for some weirdo that just wants to make some cash bottling up sand, right?
I love Tom Brady, and I want his sand that
I'm
he
not
stood on
buying
to
his
retire.
Sands, though. I'll buy like something he wore. Why y'all look at me like
You walked yourself into that.
I'll buy an hour with him. I mean, I'll buy.
That guy y'all's attention.
I'll buy his sheets that he was sitting on.
Right? I'll
Letting
buy
his
that underwear that he had.
member rub all over. Was it this part?
It smells so good.
I'll buy his cup.
Buy his jock strap.
Russell Wilson's he's about to be humbled.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's about to be humbled. Before we get to that, remember we're brought to you by Katie's Restaurant. Our friends over at Katie's daily bring you our show, and they've got a fantastic atmosphere down there on Iberville Street down at Katie's. We need to get down there.
We really
need to take a
need
field
to get
trip.
down there.
We need to go see our friend Scott Craig and the crew. He was mad at you yesterday about the Lakers uniform comment.
Aw. Why? He didn't like those unis?
He was a little aggravated with me with the purple and gold being in the top 3.
Well, what does he want?
He sent his top 3. I asked him. I was like, all right, Scotty boy. Well, then what's yours?
How can you not like those whites
he
with the
does
baby
not like-
blue and yellow?
Also, I think the Lakers should go back to the blue.
Katie and her love affair with the Lakers and street clothes has to end. He said, best uniform in sports, ? You smoking lettuce? I am. And I think
As a matter of fact,
that
Scott.
they are a top 3 uniform in sports, Scotty. And I said, top 3, I said, Scott. He said, I've hated them since the 70s. I said, all right.
There you go.
Tough guy. Who's the best in your opinion? He had the 49ers one, which I cannot hate.
Yeah, can't hate that one.
I don't know.
He's got the
I don't
St.
like
Louis
that red.
Baseball Cardinals as second, I would guess.
All reds?
No, I think it would be like the
white with the
traditional kind of white.
Cardinals,
I
with
like
the
the
cardinal
all
on the
reds.
bat.
Yeah, kind of very simple. Yeah.
I'm a Dodgers fan, so not on that.
Then he's got the Raiders, which I cannot hate. I think the
No.
Raiders have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's got the Saints whites with the gold pants, which I love. The traditionals, the one that they wore in the Super Bowl, which I think
Scott,
is a very.
We're opposite.
I don't know, man. It's a good list.
You know, I like
It's a good list.
I like
It's a
the
good
solid
list.
color, top to bottom.
Oh,
I'm always
Katie,
going to. I love the Saints. All blacks is my very favorite for the Saints. You know this.
So you like all white
She's
for
a color
LSU?
I like all white.
She's
yeah.
a color
big
rushy.
color rush girl.
Yeah,
Big
I
color
like
rush.
the matching top and bottom. I like everything to be the same.
See,
Right.
With like some good, like
What
I
is your
love those
problem?
Bengals uniforms
It's a
with the
little
all whites.
psychotic.
With
the all white Bengals uniforms are go for
Those
me.
were awesome.
They got to change something
with
for
the
it.
stripes on them and
Yeah.
that helmet. I mean, come on.
But
I mean, y'all know where this started. All black. Who was it that fought with me about the All Blacks Mississippi State baseball series? Who's our guy that used to come on Hunt?
Hunt Palmer.
Yeah.
I think those
He's
are
so
ugly.
mean to me about the All Blacks.
Adidas uniforms are just ugly though.
Yeah,
Like,
but they're still all black.
like,
It could be Nike
this
all
Hunt's from
black.
Southern
Nah.
Arkansas too.
yeah.
Is he?
Mhm.
Oh, so he and Tim are tight.
Yeah, he's probably Bossier boy.
I'm sorry, Scott, that I offended you though, but I do love those. I don't hate the Lakers though, so I guess if you hate a team, then you would hate their uniforms, such as Ole
I
Miss.
don't think that that's true. I don't think that that's true.
Ole
I don't
Miss
think
uniforms
But you don't
is
like
plain.
I get the
I think that
powder
Ole Miss
blue
has got
thing.
beautiful uniforms, and I mean,
I
think
get
that
it, but I
laugh at
hate
their-
them so much
I
that I would never say that I
Their
like
powder
their
blues
uniforms.
are a go for me every time.
I hate to think
I
that
mean,
you hate
I
something
like powder
that
blue,
much.
clearly. I do, Jordy. And I thought about that yesterday.
Golly,
For some
man.
reason in the car, I was just thinking about, I don't know, I was listening to sports radio. I don't know how it came up. And I thought, God, I hate Ole Miss with every bone in my body.
Goodness,
Damn.
this is like
What
I
happened?
really
this
do.
is serious.
What happened is I'm from Mississippi.
Do you
where
need to
the
go to
state
therapy?
is split in half, and that's just how it is.
You sound
there.
like you need therapy.
There is a therapeutic element to it.
Before, like, finally, I have a friend from here, Emily Godfrey, who moved there and lived there for a
Monroe?
couple of years. Yes,
Yeah.
and came back, and she finally understood. She was like, the Mississippi State people were bitchier than the Ole Miss people. She was like, and it's truly this. It's split in half up there. And I was like, I know.
It's kind of scary.
That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. I don't know what all this Ole Miss love is
I
that
feel
you people
terrible.
have.
I feel terrible for you.
Catherine Enzer, same way. She always gets in my face.
Because-
I love Ole Miss.
because, like-
Why?
Yeah, but
Katie-
I think it's more like you've become Brando with this.
Yeah.
I've always been this way.
They're
This
like
isn't
a threat
anything
to
new.
Like
you.
it's almost like watch her melt.
Yeah.
It
Watch
is
her
like that.
melt. I mean, it's kind of like spit another spitball at
My
him.
heart
Watch
rate's
him.
up right now.
I can see
I'm
it.
sweating.
Look
I can
at her.
see
She's
it.
like getting mad. She wants to like
see
throw
it.
punches.
I'm that passionate about
Play
it.
the Ben Mint singing Hottie Toddy.
Like,
Oh,
I
God.
hate, like, I'll never go there again for another game.
Why not? Is it
I've always
that
heard,
bad?
like, there are always
they're
people
easy
there.
To point and laugh at. I mean,
Yeah.
the Hottie Toddy
They
stuff.
are.
Oh,
It's
Katie.
a high school football stadium
Like-
going to those
Judgmental.
games. It sucks.
There was some guy that Jamil knew, or like Jamil and her friends knew, that came to the Ole Miss LSU game, and
Yeah.
I made him feel it the whole game. Like he was in pain.
Yeah.
Because he thought Ole Miss was about to win. And I was like,
They always
I
think
was
that.
like, you ain't never seen Harold Perkins, son.
Yeah.
Preseason, they're so high
That's
on
cute.
themselves.
Sit back, watch.
Yeah, get ready.
Right.
I mean, y'all get it. Well, you don't really get it. 'Cause
Yeah,
you don't
no.
have that in-state
Tom
rivalry.
Granning's a local Mississippi. He's a Mississippian with you. He said he absolutely hates Ole Miss, but
And
his
his son is there.
graduated
I
and
know.
works there.
Oh
Well,
God.
my mom graduated from Ole Miss.
Howdy
I
tidy,
mean,
gosh almighty.
Does she hate Mississippi State as much as you hate Ole Miss?
Yes. I mean, like, my growing up going to the Egg Bowl was when it was still in Jackson, Mississippi.
Wow, the
Mississippi
good old
State,
days.
Ole Miss. And I mean, yeah. I mean, my mom was, like, we didn't get along very well my senior year
Wow.
because I went to Mississippi State.
Damn.
Like, I went to Mississippi State, if I'm being real honest, a little bit
In
just to
spite?
spite my mom.
Oh, damn.
Like, I really probably shouldn't have ended
Wow.
up there. I could have
Damn,
gone
you
somewhere
do
else.
need therapy.
Yeah, you need
You need to
like
talk this
serious.
thing out.
Yeah.
Do I? It's just,
I
a,
mean,
it's just
like,
a sports
I
team
think the
thing,
best
though.
egg bowl was the dog peeing.
Yeah, that was the best.
That was the best one.
It was really great.
Like
Elijah Moore?
Yep, Elijah Moore.
That little.
I mean, that kind of started the chain reaction to get Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it was what, Matt, was it?
Who was that?
Matt Luke?
Matt Luke.
That fat freak.
Like,
I
he
hate
went on to
that
like
guy.
become the Georgia offensive line coach.
Yeah. Man, got a ring, hey.
Yeah, good for him.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, sorry. I don't know.
no problem.
I don't know how we got there.
How did we get there? Russell Wilson is about to be humbled.
Is that how we got there?
Or no, no. We were talking. I think it was Scott Craig. Katie's
Oh, it was
in
the
Mid-City. It was
uniforms.
the
Uniforms. Uniforms.
Anyway, Scott Craig's restaurant, Katie's in Mid City, is fantastic. Yes,
Look
sorry
at her.
about
She's
that.
sweat it out. Sweat it
Man,
out.
I
We'll be
don't
all
have
right.
a shirt on under this, or I'd take my hoodie off.
Oh, hey. OnlyFans.
I'm hot.
Katie OnlyFans.
Culotta Show OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do,
FM
we'll do the
OnlyFans.
show with no shirts on.
Exactly. Let's make that a thing.
We'll talk our sports with no shirts on. Tim Brando, our first guest.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Good Lord, Tim. You got a brassiere for those things? Sheesh.
Then we got to go jock
Pick
the
those
next
things
week.
up off your kneecaps.
Oh my
You got to go jock the next day.
Where Katie's in Mid City. Go eat at their restaurant.
Go
man.
damn eat at their restaurant.
It's
Who
awesome.
cares about the
They had a great
uniforms?
menu. St. Louis style pizza. Fantastic over there. Great selections. Great neighborhood bar. Always friendly. Great service. Online, katiesinmidcity.com. We're located in Mid City.
Let's go do a show
on
from
Evergreen
there.
Show. I agree. We can do that.
Why not?
We need to take a
Scott,
field trip.
let's do it. Field trip
Um,
and we do the show from Katie's.
So Russell Wilson, Sean Payton yesterday. This is pretty funny, bro. Sean Payton. He had his formal introduction yesterday for the Denver Broncos. Very sharply dressed Payton with a nice touch of the suit there. A little simple navy blue with an orange tie.
I like it.
orange pocket square. Good for Payton. Looks
Yeah.
weird in the visor, I think. I don't know how much I'm going to like this now that I was on board the whole time. I was trying to stay diplomatic. I was trying to stay mature, but I think I'm going to turn into a Psycho X here.
You saw the orange and you got triggered.
At some point, yes, it triggered me. It triggered me. And then he got into his press conference and he started pointing and telling people to look and listen. And I miss the guy. I mean,
I know.
I miss him. I miss having discipline. I miss having an asshole coach. I miss having a good football program for the pro football team that I pull for. So much like I'm a Bengals fan now, I am bandwagon and can be bought. I'm either going to start pulling for the Broncos or I'm going to hunt the Broncos and stand outside their facility and go crazy.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that.
I do love Sean Payton.
I do love Sean Payton.
He has such a
He's the best coach in the league.
Yeah, he has such a fuck you attitude
And it's
too.
the best.
He does.
He's got the best fuck you attitude I've ever seen.
Like,
And like it just
I'm gonna win.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to do it my way, and this is where it was coming through. Last year, Russell Wilson was allowed to have his quarterback coach in the facility.
And some others, right? Didn't he have some others,
like his staff was with him.
God.
I mean, this guy, Russell
hell does he
Wilson,
think
how
he is?
unlikable is this guy?
So unlikable.
I mean, like, not only if I'm your coworker, if I'm your teammate, if I'm even your boss, they had to look at this guy like, look at this fucking guy.
Who do you think you are?
I mean, like, good Lord, man. So,
bro, you have one
Russell
Super Bowl.
Wilson's got his quarterback coach, Jake Heaps, hanging around, as well as some other support personnel, as Katie alluded to work with the quarterback in the building. Payton was asked yesterday by a media member, Coach, will Russell be allowed to have his quarterbacks coach and personnel around the building? Payton responded, I'm not too familiar with that. That's foreign to me. That's not going to take place. I'm unfamiliar with it. Our staff will be here. Our players will be here. And that will be it. Any more questions? Nah, I think we're good, Coach. Have you talked to Russell about that? No, I have not talked to Russell about that, but that's how it's going to go.
Players having their own
Love that
Look,
suit.
doesn't he look sharp?
Love the suit. Love the tie. The
that's
whole combo.
Foreign to me. That's not going to take place here. I mean, I'm unfamiliar with it, but our staff will be here, our players will be here, and that'll be it.
Only a matter of time before the Denver media gets it. Like, whoa,
I
okay,
know.
look, I know we're a bunch of pot-smoking liberals up here that like to just kind of get our sports news and take our notes and ask the coach a couple of cool questions after the game and move on. Where it's going to be like, okay, there's a new sheriff in town. Like, I may not be smoking blunts on the way in to the presser today to ask my question because I could get embarrassed and end up on SportsCenter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Payton might put me, like, front and center, like, excuse me, Fletcher Mackle.
Come here.
Excuse me, Catherine Terrell. What did you just say? I mean, there are some Saints stories of media members that, like, you're like, Jacques.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacques had some moments where you're like, maybe I should take that question back.
Should I have said
Coach,
that?
I don't mean that. I didn't mean that.
Coach, I'm sorry. Look,
cool, you're banned. Take his credential.
not coming back.
Right. You're done here. Thank you, Jake Heaps, the quarterback's coach. Could you imagine how that conversation would go with Russell Wilson and Sean Payton? Coach, congratulations. Welcome to Denver. You don't mind if I tag along with my quarterback's coach? Like, Russell.
Huh?
We may cut you.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could go. You could stay home.
You'd be lucky if you don't hit the waiver wire. So tell Jake to wash your clothes because he's done here.
His work here is done.
God, the Broncos are going to be good, aren't they?
They are going to be good, y'all.
They're built to win too.
Yeah.
Saints are about to suck.
And they have
Don't say that. Derek Carr will be here before we know it to save the day.
Eyeliner and everything.
What's your deal with this?
Derek Carr wears eyeliner. Do you not know that?
No.
He wears eyeliner.
I don't
Black
notice that.
eyeliner.
Like, does he for real?
Yes.
I don't think
Do we know that for real, or are you just speculating?
No.
Like, why would he
I
wear
think because
eyeliner?
he's got curly eyelashes, you're saying that.
I think that too.
I don't know.
I think it's just, yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom says, I really think Payton will crash and burn in Denver.
I'm
I
Googling it.
Derek Carr
I don't
eyeliner.
Get the take. I mean, look, I think that Payton is too proven with his methods and with his just history of, he may not be, like a Super Bowl winning coach within the next 3 years, but he's about to right the program. Like, they're about to be competitive. they're about to be somebody you have to be concerned with. I love the fact that he's in maybe the toughest division or one of the toughest divisions in football. I mean, if you think there's Patrick Mahomes in that division, there's a young Justin Herbert in that in that division with, and then there's Kyler Murray in that division, and he's got Russell Wilson. I mean, for the most part, outside of the AFC or the AFC,
it's the AFC
North with
Bengals,
Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. I mean,
yes, yeah.
And even where the Eagles came out of this year, the NFC East was tough with Washington.
They have 4
Dallas.
Super Bowl 4 playoff teams out.
Right.
I think.
So, but that division that Payton is in, I mean, with Kansas City, the Chargers, Arizona, and obviously Denver. I mean, that's about as good as a quarterback play as you can find. Who else? Las Vegas is in there. So, I mean, Jared Stidham. I get it. I get it. But I thought they were going to get Brady.
Put Derek Carr up there. It's just his eyelashes. It's not eyeliner. It's thick eyelashes. You could say Jordy was wearing eyeliner.
Which I have been accused of in the past. See? I didn't want to bring this to light, but I feel a little bit of Derek Carr's pain here.
I see. I'm looking at you right now. I see how someone could say. I've never thought you were wearing eyeliner.
Me one time after I did a television hit if I put eyeliner on, and I thought that they were kidding with me.
Well, because your eyelashes are so dark and long.
Right. And it
Jordy,
looks
I'm
very
going to put mascara on you
similar
so bad.
to Derek Carr.
And see what happens. I have some here.
I've done that before. I let a high school girlfriend do that, and we'll never do that again.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be awesome. Yeah, see, it's just his eyeliner. I mean, his eyelashes.
For sure.
He has great eyes.
Still looks like Sid.
Looks like who?
He looks like Sid from Toy Story.
What? That's so random.
That's your Saints next quarterback, man.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Katie called it first.
Ready to watch him.
Really, Katie called it. She had the information better in first.
Ready to watch him throw 30 touchdowns, 16 picks. That's cool. Yeah.
7 and 9.
Yeah. Hey,
13th pick in the draft. No man's land. Welcome back to another decade of irrelevance. The New Orleans Saints. I'm telling you, we had no idea. We started to take for granted what it was like to be a contender, what it was like to be good every year. And
it's just pain.
Now Payton is wearing that beautiful suit with the orange tie.
Man, y'all are depressing.
Demeaning all of the media members in Denver for the first time, which is fun to watch. Meanwhile,
good for Sean Payton.
The Saints are contemplating signing Derek Carr to be their quarterback.
He's going to change things in New Orleans.
Oh,
gosh. Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like
7 and 9.
Sounds like he's going to change them all to goth.
God.
Blink 182. That's what's going to be playing in the locker room.
Bunch of emos.
Yes.
Guys are going to the dark side, huh? Yeah.
All right, where are we, dude?
Jeez, what are we? Is Andy ready
Andy
yet?
Staples.
Come on, dude.
Where are you, Andy?
It's 8:35. That's close enough to 9 o'clock, right?
Anybody got Brando's number?
Come over, Andy.
Should we just let some people call in and talk to us?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll open up the phone lines if you want to talk.
Can I give a shout out? It's Cooper's birthday today.
Nice.
And my stepson, for anybody who doesn't know, he's 15.
Ooh.
Oh, that's crazy.
How long
Locking the door age.
I was about to say, how long did it stay in the bathroom?
If Lloyd were here, that would be all we'd be hearing about right now.
Who?
The guy formerly known as Lloyd.
I know no one of you speaking.
15 years old is like, stay in the bathroom for 30 to 40 minutes.com.
Well, we don't talk about that.
I'm locking the door.
Happy birthday, Coop. Sweet.
Mom, I'm taking a shower.
It sucks to have to go to school.
The water's not running.
What's that noise?
He's got a fresh new bathroom from R&B Builders. Loves that shower.
I'm watching my face. God. 15,
Why do you use,
bro.
why do you use so many face towels?
We got our license at 15.
I know we did.
Oh, God.
I was driving to school at 15.
No doubt.
I was not.
I mean,
yeah,
what's the law now? 16?
Yeah.
But you can get your permit at 15?
Yes. You get your permit at 15.
Will y'all do that?
Yeah.
With him? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a good driver.
What a great time in life.
Yes.
I know.
Oh, God.
But doesn't it suck to go to school? Well, it kind of sucks to go to school on your birthday, but then it kind of doesn't.
Not really.
But as a boy, it does because boys don't really keep up with birthdays as much as girls
Well, he
do.
he goes to Catholic High?
Mhm.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
I mean, a
Yeah.
bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
See, when you go to school with girls, it's kind of like,
Absolutely.
happy birthday.
I know. That's what I'm
Did you know it was my
saying.
birthday?
Yeah, yeah. Get
Yeah.
a little
Guys
cheek,
don't
you know?
care.
Yeah, you get a little love.
Just say a stairwell over here. Come see.
Yeah, come over here.
Come here. It's my
for,
birthday.
Actually, wait for me after
It's
school.
my birthday, for God's sakes.
Anyway, happy birthday, sweet Cooper. Happy
Cooper,
15th
happy
birthday.
15th, buddy.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you'll be 25.
I know, y'all.
Don't blink.
I know. Take it from Stewie.
I mean, my kid's
Yeah.
12.
God.
Yeah, that's
My
crazy.
kid's 5.
Wow.
It
I mean, it
goes
does,
by
dude.
fast.
There's no better judge of how fast time flies than a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that does bring perspective to how fast time moves,
You're like-
man. I
It
mean,
does.
it's like, holy shit, where did it go? Where does it go, man? And
Those kiddos.
I like it.
Nostalgic Wednesday, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
What is today? I'm getting old. Maybe it's time for me to go away.
No.
All right, Tim Brando coming. Oh, Tim Brando. I'm just reading.
Ooh.
Cordell Music said crusty sake.
I know, I saw
It is.
It is.
100%.
It is. We're going to talk to Andy Staples coming up here. We'll be back with more of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Are you looking for sound financial advice? Then get in touch with Daniel Newman of Edward Jones. You can call him today at 225-261-8262 or email him daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. If you're planning for retirement, saving for college for children or grandchildren, or just looking for sound investment opportunities, get in touch with Daniel today, 225-261-8262, located on Magnolia Square Drive in Central. Daniel Newman of Edward Jones.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Here you go.
Thanks. And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
Hey, Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go-Mart and On The Go Deli. Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart.
Donaldsonville Glass and Body, the trusted name in frame, body, and automotive paint repair since 1977. They have served their customers for over 45 years. You can find them online at dgbauto.com or stop in and see them Railroad Avenue and Division Street out in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Look, they can help you with your insurance claims. They can make the repair process as stress-free as possible. I'm speaking from experience here. I've got numerous windshields, body repair, all done by Kenny and the crew over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They are, without question, the most well-equipped shop in the area. Stop in and see them today. Shop them online, dgbauto.com, or stop in and see the crew over in Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz. I was embarrassed about my smile. Are you unhappy at yours? Do you not smile back at yourself? I called my friend, Dr. Spillers, over at Johnson Spillers. He fixed my smile, and now everywhere I go, people are complimenting it after the work that Dr. Spillers and the staff did to my mouth. They can do it to yours. Get in touch with them. JohnsonSpillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easy to find them, JohnsonSpillers.com.
We're all from different places and backgrounds. We've each experienced our own versions of life, but in the end, we're all on the same team. I'm part of that team, along with these players in purple and gold.
Kayshawn Buddha, Malik Neighbors,
Miles Frazier,
Kyron Lacey,
Greg Brooks. Whether on the field or in the courtroom, your team matters.
So join our team.
make a difference.
Bet. Let's get it done.
All right, don't forget about our friends over at Billy Harriman's, fellas. Valentine's Day right around the corner. Don't be an asshole here. You got a chance. I'm telling you, we got days here. We got time to manage. We can manage our time and get this thing done. If you mention the show, they'll throw in a free box of chocolates. This is only the Billy Harriman's locations. Remember, Billy Harriman's has locations in the Garden District on Perkins Road. They have one over on Perkins Road near Segan and Piku. And then out on North Harrells Ferry Road off of Old Hammond between Airline and Sherwood, you can find another one of the Billy Harriman's location. Easy to call and get in touch with them. All you got to do is call them at 272-ROSE. It's a 225 area code. Can you spell that out? What number is it, Rose?
R-O-S-E.
Yeah.
Can I spell Rose?
Well, I mean, can you spell it on your phone?
I don't know. Can you do that?
I think
Let's see.
so.
That's
Let me get to a dial pad here. All right.
7673.
So 272
7673.
7673 225 272 7673. Mention the Jordy Culotta Show and get the free box of chocolates for you over there. Or you can click online at 272-rose.com. 272-rose.com. Valentine's Day next week, fellas. Get out in front of it. It's a week from today.
It is a week from today.
It's 1 week from today.
My God.
Detroit Mercy.
Time flies. Detroit what?
Detroit Mercy.
What's the capacity on old Dickie V Court at Detroit Mercy? There's a lot of coaches out there that have courts named after them that didn't win a national championship. Let me give you the list. Go ahead, Tim. Who you got? First off, Dick Vitale. Dick Vitale, the first off the list. Cool, Tim. Forget the list, bro. What else you got? Dale Brown hung out with Nelson Mandela. All right. What else you got, man?
7,917.
7,900 capacity at Dick Vitale Gymnasium.
That little gym.
For the Detroit Mercy. What is that? What's Detroit Mercy's? What is their
what's their mascot?
What's their mascot? Tim
The
Brando.
Titans.
The Titans. Timmy B, the Titan of media. The police of media. He's not a media member. He's got a YouTube channel. Okay, Tim said he's not the media. He's not the media. Tim.
Aw.
There's a lot of coaches. Who you got, Tim? Well, Dick Vitale at Detroit Mercy. Dick. Andy Staples coming up here in a couple of minutes.
Is he?
Man. That's so funny. Yes, golly, is he? Sheesh. Lord.
Jeez.
Good
What about
Lord.
some prop bets for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
How about the Gatorade?
What color you got, Katie?
Red.
Red?
Yeah.
For what team? Because, each team gets to pick what color they
Kansas
get.
City.
Going blue.
Huh. Okay. What was it last year? Do we know?
I don't.
Orange and yellow are favored.
I think it might have been.
Did you know that the Gatorade color for each Super Bowl shower is chosen by Gatorade every year?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a marketing ploy for them.
And they line up 3 different coolers on the sideline after the game with the different flavors in each one.
Damn.
I didn't know that.
That's good marketing for Gatorade.
It is good marketing for Gatorade.
Everything's marketed around the big game.
The big game.
Super Bowl.
That's so dumb. I mean, all these like emails I get, they say Super Bowl.
Blue was last year.
Okay. I don't know. They go back to back.
The last 2 years it's been blue.
Oh, wow. Blue might be a dynasty.
Why? Why would they do it the same but 2 years in a row? I wonder.
A third is a dynasty, correct? Is that right? Like when you win your third championship, you're officially a dynasty, or your fourth?
Third, right?
I want to say third.
Right?
At what point did they put the dynasty on the Skip Burtman Natties? I think it was the third.
Yeah, that's the third one. I mean, was that like 2000?
No, the third was 96, 91, 93, 96, 97, 2000.
God.
One for the thumb in 2000. And then 2009. Now they got the preseason #1 team in the country.
Let me give you a little more Super Bowl trivia. LSU centered Super Bowl trivia. Because Clyde Edwards-Helaire he's been cleared. So he's starting.
Yes.
Okay.
That's big news.
It is big news. How many consecutive years has LSU had a player on an active roster in the Super Bowl?
22.
Is that the right answer?
Yes.
Kevin Falk.
Huh?
How'd you know
back to
that?
Kevin Falk.
Yeah, but Todd, is it Todd Politz that tweeted that yesterday, or was it Michael Bonnet? I think Michael Bonnet might have tweeted it.
If
yesterday.
Bonnet tweeted that, he stole it from Politz.
Yeah,
That's a Politz type stat right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe not. Maybe that's a low hanging fruit stat, but because Politz has usually got these like
Yeah,
obscure.
Michael Bonnet did tweet it.
Okay, Bonnie.
Mm-hmm. I do see
Doing
that
a little
now.
history there going into.
That's tied for the longest current streak among all college football programs.
Okay. Well, I mean, when you're putting as many as LSU is out into the league, this is a stat that you can usually dominate.
Yeah.
I mean, Louisiana has 14 in the Super Bowl.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, Louisiana is always going to have a presence on the best teams in sports.
Yeah.
Really. But specifically in football, I doubt that you can play a Super Bowl where at least not a few off of both teams are from have some tie to the state.
Yeah, at least
I mean, one of the
5.
craziest things I remember, we met Marcus Allen, and I'm not meaning to name drop, but we were at the Patrick Peterson golf tournament, which was an incredible invite, and our friends over at TJ Ribs took Panamsky and I, and we went to Scottsdale and played in Peterson's tournament, and the celebrity that I got to play 18 holes with and ride in the cart with was Marcus Allen, and it was an incredible experience.
That is.
And he's from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like his family's from New Orleans. He spent all his summers in New Orleans. I was like, say what? I mean, this guy was a freakish athlete. Like,
yes.
I mean, like I fell into like this Marcus Allen hole after I spent 3.5 hours with him, 4 hours with him on a golf course. And you could really kind of pick his brain. We were standing in the middle of the fairway, no shit. Standing in the middle of the fairway, waiting for somebody to hit. And at this point, we had a little, we were loose. We were fun. We kind of know, we were kind of messing with each other. Lawrence Taylor calls Marcus Allen from the golf course in Miami. He's playing down in South Beach with Dan Marino. puts the phone like on like in the middle of the fairway, like as he's like taking like practice cuts and like talking to LT as he's standing over the ball. I take my camera out and like try to get like this on film, and he looks at me, and for the first time all day he got pissed at me. Like I could tell he was like no cameras, and I was like, boom, drop the camera, drop the camera. But it was like incredible to see these dudes going back and forth, and like to find out that Marcus Allen had New Orleans ties. Was just like, dude, it's New Orleans is everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
It's they're or just South Louisiana is everywhere. I mean, like whether it's tied to like the snipers,
DC
or
snipers,
Super Bowls,
the snipers.
Yeah, I mean, like Louisiana, Baton Rouge, it's everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
kind of crazy.
Okay, here's some more props. How long will Chris Stapleton's anthem be?
Ooh.
Over under is hovering at just over 2 minutes right now.
Oh, it's going over.
I think over. Country singer.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah, I would say
I
that
don't
he's
know
going to make it a little
anything
dramatic.
he sings. I don't know him at all.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah.
Is that
You've heard
that's
the
the
song.
slow song?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You've heard the
Like,
he's definitely going over
I
2
thought
minutes.
a female sang that song.
No.
Okay, I know
that's
that
a male
one.
song.
I didn't know he sang it, but I know that one.
He's going over 2 minutes for
I would
sure.
say so too. Take the
Probably.
over.
The last one was 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. What else
What
you got?
about what?
Straight up 2 minutes was the last
The
one?
last one was straight up 2
Damn.
minutes.
Push.
Okay, going back to the Gatorade thing. Hold up, I got a little something pulled up over here. It says that it comes down to 3 options: orange, yellow, and green. Orange, yellow, green, and blue. Yellow and green is the same thing, like that. Some people say it's yellow, some people say it's green.
Yeah.
The Rams won the Super Bowl last year.
Yes,
And it
That's
was
a good
blue.
color. That's a good color, kind of contradiction.
Oh, this is a list right here. Hold up. Last year it was blue. The year before it was blue. The year before that was orange, which was the Chiefs. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
The year before that it was blue. The year before that it was yellow. 2017 they didn't use any Gatorade.
Ooh.
Why?
It was the Falcons-Patriots game. Bill was like, "We're not playing that shit tonight."
Oh wow.
They were down 28-3.
Yeah, nobody's splashing me with any game.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We won it overtime.
Yeah,
I'm pissed.
he was kind of
Okay.
pissed.
Still.
The year before that was orange.
Wait, so has it ever been red?
It has not ever been
Ooh.
red.
Well, this is the year for red then,
wow.
right?
It's been purple before.
A little
Never
red
been
off the board here.
Jeez, it's time for red, y'all.
Clear had a 3-year run. Well, Clear had a 4-year run.
Clear?
Yes,
What's
Clear.
clear
is water.
Gatorade?
Clear is, I mean, there's Clear Gatorade. It's like the cherry flavor.
Gatorade.
Oh.
Gross.
Ew,
It's
I
good.
know.
Sounds like sap off a tree.
It's actually kind of good.
Is it?
Yeah.
But if you're going to pour it on someone, it needs to be a color.
Yeah.
I agree.
Otherwise, just do water. What's the point of it being Gatorade?
Clear had a 4-year run. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
It doesn't stain. So, okay, whatever.
But I would,
When's the last time Clear was used?
2008.
Ooh, heads up. Heads up.
I think we got to go red.
I would go blue or orange.
I mean, if blue goes 3-peat here, bro,
Yeah, that's too much.
they're
blue
entering
food.
another stratosphere of Gatorade.
I mean,
I don't like the color contradiction myself with blue on both of these teams.
I don't like
Philadelphia
blue
with their
Gatorade.
green. Do we know what they're wearing yet? Who's the home team? Who's the
Philly's
away
the home team.
So Philly's wearing white.
No, Phillies are in green.
Philly's wearing green, and KC's wearing white.
White,
so
yeah.
red could be a play
Red could be it. Stain
because they
them
could play
whites.
with they could go with both of these unis.
Mm-hmm.
Red would be a great stain on the white of Kansas City's already accented red uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Green, obviously, the splash of red would feel a little Christmassy, but good feels for a Super Bowl winning
Christmassy.
Philly team.
I think that Kansas City's going to win.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I mean, everything you said has come true. I kind of feel Philly.
Yeah,
but I
y'all
said,
think Philly?
I said earlier this week that's good news for KC fans.
Yeah. I asked my kid. He said
What did
Philly.
he say? Really?
Yeah, and he's a big Pat Mahomes fan, so I was kind of
Okay.
nervous.
Okay.
He didn't want to tell me who Jalen Hurts was. I mean,
Yeah.
I know he knows
Uh-huh.
because he's a Cowboys
Staples
fan
in?
too. No, Staples is not in.
All right, we're going to take a break, get Andy Staples. We'll be back and talk some college football to close it out here on this Tuesday edition of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Ghost Chevrolet. Make sure and hit that like button, share button, comment button, subscribe if you have not already done so. We'll be back to close it out here with Andy Staples.
Come on.
Donaldsonville Glass and Body, the trusted name in frame, body, and automotive paint repair since 1977. They have served their customers for over 45 years. You can find them online at dgbauto.com or stop in and see them Railroad Avenue and Division Street out in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Look, they can help you with your insurance claims. They can make the repair process as stress-free as possible. I'm speaking from experience here. I've got numerous windshields, body repair, all done by Kenny and the crew over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They are, without question, the most well-equipped shop in the area. Stop in and see them today. Shop them online, dgbauto.com, or stop in and see the crew over in Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz. I was embarrassed about my smile. Are you unhappy at yours? Do you not smile back at yourself? I called my friend, Dr. Spillers, over at Johnson Spillers. He fixed my smile, and now everywhere I go, people are complimenting it after the work that Dr. Spillers and the staff did to my mouth. They can do it to yours. Get in touch with them. JohnsonSpillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easy to find them, JohnsonSpillers.com.
We're all from different places and backgrounds. We've each experienced our own versions of life, but in the end, we're all on the same team. I'm part of that team, along with these players in purple and gold.
Kayshawn Buddha,
Malik Neighbors,
Miles Frazier,
Kyron Lacy,
Greg Brooks.
Whether on the field or in the courtroom, your team matters.
So join our team.
make a difference.
Bet. Let's get it done.
Are you looking for sound financial advice? Then get in touch with Daniel Newman of Edward Jones. You can call him today at 225-261-8262 or email him daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. If you're planning for retirement, saving for college for children or grandchildren, or just looking for sound investment opportunities, get in touch with Daniel today, 225-261-8262, located on Magnolia Square Drive in Central. Daniel Newman of Edward Jones.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Thanks.
And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
Hey, Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go-Mart and On The Go Deli. Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart.
All right, welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Remember to hit that like button, share button, comment button if you don't mind. Subscribe if you have not already done so. We appreciate you being here with us for the last couple of hours. We're going to close it out with some really good discussion as we've been looking forward to talking to Andy Staples from The Athletic this morning. Check out Staples on Twitter at Andy_Staples. Also, give his college football podcast a listen. It is a must listen, both in and out of season. It is a great listen if you're looking for some material to stay up with the game. Staples podcast that you can find. I listen to it on Spotify each day, so you can find it there. But Andy Staples is back with us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Andy, good morning. How are you? I appreciate you being with us. Lots to get to. As we will talk a little bit about LSU and Brian Kelly going into year 2. But more of some of the storylines from around college football, including Nick Saban making some staff changes over the weekend, that he brings back a former assistant in Kevin Steele, and he's able to poach Tommy Rees off of Notre Dame staff. What did you make of those hires?
Well, the Steele one's interesting and a little more in keeping with the way Nick Saban has replaced people on his staff before with somebody who's been in the family before. Like he's always said he doesn't like to train people on the job. He just wants to bring them in and they know what to do and they just go do it. And that's what Kevin Steele can do. Because remember, Kevin Steele was one of those first wave of analysts that they had. He'd been fired by Clemson. They had that horrible bowl game against West Virginia. I think they dropped 70 on him. And so he gets fired so they can hire Brent Venables. He goes and works with Saban for a year and then emerges. He went in. The problem was, can he stop these up-tempo spread offenses? He emerged as one of the best guys to do it. Like at LSU and Auburn, he was great at that. So I think it's going to be a pretty good deal for them. The Tommy Rees thing is a lot more interesting because there wasn't really anybody from the family that Nick Saban could hire. You look at all the other guys, they'd either been analysts at Alabama or they were Bill Belichick tree guys. Brian Dable and Bill O'Brien were Bill Belichick tree guys. And there wasn't anybody like that. So he had to talk to a bunch of people, kind of figure out what he wanted. And the thing about that job, though, is not you come in and run your offense. It's here's the Alabama offense, which is a very wide menu, and you're going to call it based on the talent that's here. Mm-hmm. And so Tommy Rees probably had to prove to him that, hey, I can take what you do, and I can form it around the players here. Because it's going to be, it kind of depends on who wins the starting quarterback job, what that offense is going to look like. So most coaches don't do it that way. Most people say, I'm hiring you. I'm hiring you for your offense. Alabama's not like that. Oklahoma State's not been like that over the years. And I actually think that might be a better recipe for consistency.
Yeah. From Saban's staff standpoint, I thought you and Ari made a great point on the Andy Staples Show, the podcast. Like I said, I find it on Spotify, but anywhere you pick up your podcast, you can catch it. That working at Alabama and I guess these high-level schools like Georgia, LSU, Clemson, where you get a different type of athlete, right? It almost you're able to show off a little bit more of the style of coach that you are, correct?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You can show off what you can do because you're working with the best. This is like a chef working with the best ingredients. Yeah. If I give you aged steak, you're going to make something that tastes better than if I give you ground chuck. Right. Like that's just how it works. And the other thing about it is because you're in proximity to championships, because you're competing all the time and everybody's watching you, if you do well, you have a chance to get a lot of jobs. And it's sort of supercharged, especially that offensive coordinator position. If you do well there, you're a head coach very quickly. And so if you're Tommy Rees and you want to be a head coach at the Power 5 level, you really only have to have 1 or 2 good years doing this, and you can be. Now, you also can be at Notre Dame, but the other thing about Tommy Rees, and I'll be curious to hear, we won't hear him talk again probably till Alabama Media Day before the season because that's how it works with coordinators there. But I do wonder how much of it is just being somewhere different. He played at Notre Dame. He basically his whole coaching career has been at Notre Dame. Sometimes you like to get some new ideas and different things. And so I'll be curious to see how much that played into this too.
What do you think went into Garrett Riley making that move?
Well, I think Clemson probably needed it, and Dabo made a really good case. Yeah. Wouldn't you move from TCU to Clemson? That's pretty much a no-brainer. If you're not going to go be a head coach, you got to move up. And there's not much up from TCU other than the Clemsons, the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Ohio States. So he moved up. And this is another situation where if that offense suddenly is great, he could be a Power 5 head coach next year.
Yeah.
So it puts you kind of in proximity. And it's a change, really, if you look at how things have worked over the last maybe 10 years. Used to be you would go be a head coach in the American or go be a head coach in the Sun Belt or the MAC. I wouldn't do that at this point. I would take the best coordinator job. You're going to make more money anyway. Now, maybe not more than you make as a head coach in the American, but it's close. Yeah. And I think you have a better chance of getting a Power 5 head coaching job from one of those coordinator positions.
What do you make of Brian Kelly going into year 2 at LSU and what he's been able to establish in one season on the job?
Well, I think they did a great job last year just sort of learning from what they did wrong early in the season and adjusting to it. And you saw the development of Jaden Daniels as the season went on. So I'm excited to see what they can do. Like, what's Harold Perkins going to look like now that he knows what college football, well, he knows it's easy for him, but now the coaching staff knows all the things they can do with him. Like, that's going to be so much fun to watch. Mason Taylor is going to be back. So I think it's going to be fun to see how LSU develops from year one to year two, because usually the greatest improvement from a new coaching staff comes between year one and year two. They were pretty good last year, but as you know, Jordy, with the talent level they have, they can be very good. So it's just a matter of, how do they develop? And the other thing, I'd kind of be remiss if I didn't mention that they had 2 true freshman tackles last year, like Campbell and why am I blanking on the right tackle's name? Emory Jones. Yes. Those guys, think about how much better they're going to be after getting thrown into the fire as true freshmen. So this is a very exciting time, I would think, at LSU.
It is. And you bring up the youth, and outside of Campbell and Jones, which so many people are high on. I mean, you brought up Harold Perkins, and even a guy like Mason Taylor, Jason Taylor's son, who had a huge impact on the passing game last year. The conference, the league, obviously the national championship still resides here. It's over in the Eastern Division now with Georgia and back-to-back. Where is the power in this league? Saban put together a dynamic recruiting class again. What do you think happens in Tuscaloosa?
I think the West is still probably a little bit deeper, but the improvement of Tennessee plus Georgia being the best program in the country right now really balances it out a lot more than it ever has been, or a lot more than it has been recently. And so I'm interested to see how that goes. I think Hugh Freeze at Auburn changes the dynamics a little bit, because Brian Harsin didn't want to compete at Auburn. He didn't want to do the kind of recruiting you have to do to actually be competitive at Auburn. Hugh Freeze, we know, will try to recruit the way you need to recruit at Auburn, try to get the kind of talent you need. Whether he can do it or not, with Alabama and Georgia being what they are right now, is another story, but he certainly is going to try. And also, we've seen with Hugh Freeze that you give him a quarterback with a decent-sized skill set, he's going to make his team competitive. So that's an interesting subplot to this. We've got Zach Arnett moving up at Mississippi State because, unfortunately, Mike Leach has passed. I think Sam Pittman at Arkansas, everybody's kind of down on him. People are like, they should have been better than that. And people were getting crazy last year about that. But if you look at that season, there come kind of some bounces of the ball that if they go differently, we're talking about a very different season for Arkansas. And they got KJ Jefferson back. I mean, that's the thing throughout college football. There's so many quarterbacks that are back that would have gone to the NFL. And I think it's going to make the quality of the game better. I think but especially it's going to make teams that might have needed a little reset or might have needed a year to kind of rebuild, they're going to be able to get better instead of level off or dip. And that's what, like, Arkansas should get better. Oregon should get better with Bo Nix back. Washington should get better with Michael Penix back. Notre Dame got Sam Hartman from Wake Forest. That should allow them to get better.
Andy, great article on Jaden Rashada and that whole saga. That poor kid is always going to be associated with the Wild West of NIL and college sports. I know, with the rumored $13.8 million contract. That contract contained
it's not rumored. I have the contract. There's no rumor.
It contained a clause that allowed termination at any time up to the collective's discretion. Like, what in the world? What's the chain of events around that?
Well, when you've got agents that maybe didn't see that part or just kind of read over it, I just can't imagine how you let somebody sign that contract where it says, now the termination clause does spell out a few reasons why you can terminate, but it's very broad. It basically allowed them to terminate for almost any reason, especially before he moved to Gainesville. And so it was a weird deal. Basically, this contract gets written. No one will admit to coming up with the massive numbers in this contract. $13.85 million over 4 years. I mean, there was 1 year where he would have been making $375,000 a month, I believe. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's crazy. I think that was the junior year. And for minimal stuff, like 8 appearances a year, 1 branded Instagram and 1 branded Twitter post a month, no more than 15 autographed items per year. Like, that's crazy because, I've seen players get autograph deals since NIL started, and they've got to sign like 1,000 things, and they're not. They're doing that for like $5,000, not for this level of income. And I don't know why the collective, which claims it was working for a third party in this case that was backing it with the money. I don't know why they put their name on this contract without forcing the person promising money to put their name on the contract. And I don't know why Jaden Rashada's agents allowed him to sign it, because the termination clause was so broad. I mean, they could sue. I suppose you can sue for anything, but I don't know if you can sue for breach of contract because they did it within the terms of the contract. Yeah. And so you end up getting zero, and you thought you were going to get this massive amount of money. Now, this is another thing where some adult in the room with Jaden Rashada, and this is sort of the problem. All the adults with Jaden Rashada were the ones kind of leading him around making bad decisions. Somebody should have said, this seems too good to be true.
Right.
And it obviously was too good to be true.
I know you've probably been asked this since writing. It was this is what people perceived it to be, but seeing it written down, knowing you've seen the contract, it brings it to a whole different element. I don't mean to pin you with this question, but what do you think happens from this? Will there be any shakeout? Because there's no governing body that's going to react to it, right?
There's no regulation.
I don't know, the NCAA could react to it. I mean, they could say this is an inducement, but Florida didn't give him any money. Now, Miami's collective did give him some money, but he's a high school athlete in California. They're allowed to do NIL deals. So if they did a contract in the state of California that's an NIL deal with a California high schooler, I mean, I don't know if you can prove that. Now, it's interesting that the NCAA has since said, oh, you're guilty until proven innocent in these cases. But I actually think now that that's out, I think that's going to get dialed back too, because the people I've talked to, that was passed basically by a committee and not by the full membership. And the full membership's like, no, we know we can't do that. We know we're going to get sued to oblivion if we try that.
Yeah. So take away the NIL stuff and the Jaden Rashada story with Florida. What's the Billy Napier experience like a year in Gainesville?
I think people are wondering what the roster is going to be like this year, because there was a mass exodus of guys who had signed in the latter part of the Dan Mullen era. And I think that the idea was that Billy was supposed to be able to come in and build the kind of roster that Alabama has or that Georgia has or that LSU has, because that's what you have to build to be competitive in the SEC. And that's what Dan Mullen was not doing at the tail end of his time at Florida. But I feel like the transfer portal has thrown, or I guess the change in the transfer rules has thrown a little wrench in this, because you now have to be able to recruit the portal as well as you can recruit high schools. And they've not necessarily gotten the best guys out of the portal. Now, they got a first rounder out of the portal last year, Osiris Torrance, who will be a first round pick in the NFL draft in April. But he played for Billy Napier at Louisiana.
Right.
Like, that's a pretty easy transition. The question now is, have the guys they've gotten out of the portal, can they be competitive right now while these freshmen that they've brought in, because the average star rating was very high based on who they recruited out of high school. So that looked good, but you don't expect those guys to come in and be competitive in the SEC right away, especially when Georgia's already got stockpiles of those, and other schools like LSU that they play every year have stockpiles of those. So who you got out of the portal needs to make an impact right now. Yeah. And so they got Graham Mertz from Wisconsin, the quarterback. Graham Mertz did not have the greatest career at Wisconsin. You know, he's got to be better than he was there, and we'll see if that was coaching or if that was him. And he's going to have to probably prove it, because my guess is he's the guy.
Andy, last one, I'll get you out of here. There's a lot of intrigue around this part of the opening game for LSU, going to Orlando and taking on a Florida State team that feels like they were on the very similar plane right now. How big is that opening game weekend, and what has this offseason been like for Florida State?
Oh, it's been a great offseason for them. I got Jared Verse back. Jared Verse is probably one of the 2 or 3 high people who would have been drafted the highest who came back to college. Mm-hmm. And Jared Verse was probably in the mix for a mid-first round pick. And his thing is, he played at Albany for 3 years. He wanted to show more of what he can do, and he feels like he could be maybe a top 10 pick in the 2024 draft. And they got Jordan Travis back, the quarterback. They've done really well at the transfer portal again. Jaheim Bell from South Carolina was a guy that had a lot of skill that kind of got lost in South Carolina's offense for a little bit. And then they're like, oh, yeah, you're actually good. Well, all our running backs are hurt. You're a tight end, but we're just going to hand you the ball. and they realize, oh, you're a very good athlete and we could do some things with you. He's at Florida State now. And they have done so well at grabbing people out of the transfer portal, impact players. I mean, they've got a tight end from Shorter College, which I'm sure most people have never heard of. But he was a guy that people were buzzing about, played really well at Division II, and a lot of coaches were trying to get him to move up to Power 5. And so Florida State got him. And then they're really going to be a veteran team. And LSU saw that last year. LSU kind of got caught by that last year, still almost won the game. That's why I think this game is going to be so much fun, because Florida State is definitely better than they were last year, but LSU has taken some massive steps. And I would have liked to see that game at the end of the season, the LSU Florida State game, because both of them had evolved so much by the end of the year. I think that's one of the best opening week games going. I think I might have to drive down for that one.
It feels like it. I don't want to speak with a lot of bias, but it feels like that game is going to have a major shakeup of the polls and kind of like how the season goes for each program. I mean, but
the thing is, though, think about the sky was falling when LSU lost that game last year.
Absolutely.
They still won the West.
Right.
But it allowed them to figure some stuff out. I mean, that's your first game with a new coaching staff. So there's some things that you can't practice for, that you only see during a game, or that you can't simulate at practice. And I would say the move they made for the right, putting Emory Jones in at right tackle after that game and shuffling the offensive line was one of the biggest moves they made all year.
Yeah. And finding a spot for Perkins, for sure.
Yeah.
The Andy Staples Show, it is a must listen for a college football fan. I listen to mine on Spotify every morning. They're tackling the topics that is going on in college football, and it's great to keep up with the sport with Staples, Ari, and the crew. Thank you as always, man. Good to see you.
My pleasure, Jordy.
All right, man. There he is, Andy Staples checking in. Follow him on Twitter at Andy_Staples and read his work over at The Athletic. Good insight. Thanks for everybody getting involved this morning. Have a great day. Today is Tuesday. Hold the Rope is moved to Sunday nights with the crew. So Nick Diaz and Out of My League coming up at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Check out Nick. He's got the same flower special going on for Valentine's Day from our friends over at Billy Harriman's. So still opportunities, fellas. Let's manage this time. Let's not procrastinate. Let's get it done. Get over to Billy Harriman's today. Use the Culotta Show code and get your free box of chocolates for Valentine's Day, which is a week away from today. Have a great day. Driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Let 'em